Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the nasty stuff.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
I hope you brought some stamps because I'm going to mail this one in. No, I'm not. I'm ready to go. 3 hours until a couple weeks off for me, but we got an Elks game to tee up tonight. They are taking on the Toronto Argos. Could be a little bit of a soggy play ALBERTA field at Commonwealth Stadium as the Elks go for their second consecutive victory. What a wild one last night in Winnipeg. Just another great game to add to the many that we've seen so far this CFL season. Jay Milne, of course, and my colleague Hernan Salas getting ready to run the half marathon on Sunday. I'm going to be doing a much shorter distance, the 5K. Benny Thompson is with us. He's going to hit us with some blind rankings this afternoon. We'll have a pretty fun topic for the oil understood for GCL Diesel. We'll have something really cool in about 10 or 15 minutes, the off-topic topic. Jason Milne really went into his bag of tricks for this one. And Jeff Hecht, former CFLer, local guy. Now, what does he does home inspections now.
Yes.
We had him on last year, incredibly well-spoken, incredibly knowledgeable and passionate about the sport of football.
Yes.
And we're finally having him back in studio for a visit, which will be pretty cool. Now, I'm going to start things off here, Jay. So, first of all, I found something out today about the office. We don't have any envelopes here.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
I hope we never have to mail a letter. So I'm going to fold this up and staple it. Now, you can't see this. I have written on this. For those of you not on YouTube, I'm holding up a sheet of paper. Okay? So I was going to seal it in an envelope and give it to Jay to be opened on Monday during this show when it's going to be Matthew Iwanek sitting in for me.
Yes.
So what I have written down here, I have predicted the times for which you and Hernan Salas will run the half marathon.
Okay.
And I have predicted my own time in the 5K. Okay?
Okay.
So that is what I've written on this sheet of paper. So I will fold this up. I don't think you can see through it, and I'll just kind of staple it all around. Okay?
Okay.
So then you can open this during Monday's show and see how close I was to the predictions. And maybe you'll think, wow, Reid totally disrespected me. Or maybe you'll think, oh, Reid was pretty optimistic. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you'll think, wow, Reid knows his stuff. Is that enough?
I think so.
That's enough. So this I'll write on here. So these are race time prediction. Now I know what people are. The cynical people out there are going to think, oh, well, Reid will just pace his running so he runs exactly that time. No, I actually put down what I think is an achievable and, quite frankly, maybe slightly optimistic time for myself. So I put down something I think I can do, but I'm not sure I can do, given how my running has not been as constant as it used to be in my life. So, but I want to see. I mean, I'm going to try to get the best possible. Like if I'm going faster than this pace, I'm not going to slow down so I get my exact prediction. I want to beat that pace, hopefully, but I do think what I've put down is a realistic time. So I'm writing race time predictions on this little makeshift envelope. Race time predictions for...
I think I'm going to be right around that 2.5 hour.
Oh, really?
That's what I think.
Well, you'll see what I wrote down for you.
2 hours and 34 minutes.
Okay.
You can write that on the outside. That's my...
What's it, the 17th on Sunday?
Yep.
So Jay predicts for himself 2:37?
2:34. 15.
2 hours, 34 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Are you going to run with the pace bunny?
Oh, yeah. That's my only saving grace right now. I'm terrified. I felt so good earlier in the week, and I'm just getting scared. I'm getting in my own head. So I think once I get there and I start the race and I get my pace, then I can kind of sit back and
yeah, you'll ease into it.
Get comfortable.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think you're going to enjoy it. In the nasty chat, Sasky Sheldon wants to know, Jay, are you faster than Hernan since he has an Achilles issue? We didn't get to see Hernan, or did you get to see him?
No.
Because he did the morning show today. I guess he has an Achilles issue, but he's running as far as I know. Now, his pace...
He's been pacing faster than me.
Like, he's got and I think he's going to do it. Hint, hint, hint. I think he's going to be sub 2 hours. He's certainly got a shot, given what he's been telling us.
You think so?
Yes.
Because what's his pace been around? 6 minutes?
No, he's been better than 6 minutes.
On the long one, though, he was...
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm overly optimistic for him. Whatever.
Well, that's okay. But no, I would expect Hernan to run much faster than me. My goal is not to have a time. My goal is to cross the finish line.
What you got to be a completer, not a competitor.
That's right.
Yeah. And especially since it's your first one. Finish it. I can do it. Just get into that finish line. Hey, I did it.
First and last, Reid.
No, you'll be doing others. That's another thing I predict. I don't need to put this into the envelope. I predict you will run other half marathons in the future. Or at least other organized races. I can see you doing it on Sunday and letting it sink in and then kind of roll it around in your brain Monday and Tuesday and be talking to April and your daughters about it. And then be thinking, you know what? I gotta do that again, even if it's only once a year. You gotta get in that mindset and do a race. I think you're gonna do more.
You know what? This sounds like incredibly cheesy, but it's actually the truth. My daughter, I was, tucking her in last night, and she said, "Dad, I'm so proud of you for doing this." She says, "You can do this," because I think she understands that it's something.
Yeah,
it's not just nothing. And I said, you know what? The only reason I'm like motivated and what's going to be going through my head is so I can see you and your sisters and April at the end. That's my motivation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Give them a big hug, sweaty hug. But I will be fresh because I will have showered before and put on deodorant as per Reid Wilkins' suggestion.
Right.
But that's truly my motivation. It is what it is.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon.
Joaquin Gage in the nasty chat.
Yeah, I saw that. You can read it if you want.
It says, ugh, when will these guys stop talking about this? Well, probably Monday.
Probably never.
Probably Monday, bro. Sorry, Joaquin. I don't mean to let you down, buddy.
Would we ever let him down?
Well, I think we have been with this race talk. He seems quite perturbed.
He's perturbed. That's funny. 780-218-9999 is how you could reach us. That is how you text us. It is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, $18.99 prime rib special, available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Available for dine-in and takeout. Not available on show nights, but a great deal when you can get it. No, this is the thing, Joaquin. It's going to be talked about maybe more on Monday than any other day. This is just the lead up. Then it's the post-race breakdown.
I think Maddie's kind of sick of it too, so I'm not sure how much.
Why would Maddie be sick of it?
I'm telling you, it's a run, hate, jealousy thing. Right? But I'll make sure I get my race story in.
Yeah, you got to tell a race story.
I must.
You must. Okay. And yes, you can post in the nasty chat on YouTube as well. If you're there, click the thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click?
Ooh.
Please click. Must you
glitch
click?
there
You must click.
I think the record is skipping.
Mr. Roboto took over that
what happened there? That's funny.
Test something else. Play something. See if it does that again.
Whoa! Whoa!
No, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. What was I talking about? So, yeah, texting 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. And, of course, you can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com or Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. Plenty of discussion about the Elks game coming up tonight. We want to dive into that. Benny Thompson is here at our technical desk. Benny, what is this it for you? Is this the end of your practicum?
The end. The final show of my practicum.
Are you officially a Nate grad as of 6 p.m. or is there still something that has to be marked and approved?
Well, I'm currently working on a school assignment that's due. I didn't know it was due at 4:30. I thought it was due at midnight tonight. So,
no.
Let
us help.
He's doing his assignment right now. What are you doing?
I'm writing a report about my time
is
here.
this the one I read earlier?
Yeah.
It's very good. You just have to make it a little longer.
I know it. I'm just like having to expand on so much. I feel like I've talked about everything. But yeah, I'm expanding on the Elks tailgate as of right now.
Good.
And so yeah, I'm working away at this.
What other topics can you expand on?
I got to talk about the differences in hosts. Maybe you can give me some insight for this report, Jay. What should I write about you? Like, what do you like from a producer on a show? What's your demands?
My demands?
Yes.
I have none.
Okay, so I'll just say Jay Milne has no demands.
I have no demands other than that I want the best for Benny.
There you go. So
That's it.
Right, but you have... I mean, if you want them to be competent...
My demands?
Well, you have expectations of the person being proficient in the basic
my demands
duties.
of Benny?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, what do you expect
positive
from the person in
attitude?
that role?
positive attitude.
Chipper.
Yep.
On time.
Yep.
Likes to play video games.
Okay. That's
Clean.
debatable.
Not stinky.
Okay.
And a contributor.
That's good.
Contributor.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is
Put those 7 words into ChatGPT.
That's
and
gonna
say,
help.
Turn this into
to 500,
a
please.
descriptive paragraph about myself, as per Glue Guy's expectations of me.
I'm currently at 1950 words, and I need to get to 2,500 before
man.
4:30.
Oh,
so,
no. Man, you got an hour.
I'll be fine.
And
I'll get
18
there.
minutes.
I'll
You'll be
get
fine.
there. I'll get there. I'll be all good.
But you got to
Hopefully-
work.
hopefully
I'm
be
working
fine.
here too. It's all good.
You should write about this exchange. And how
I should.
On my last day, I
On
had
my
an
last
interesting conversation. I don't know why it's the bookbinder again. It's the one voice I have. I'm sorry, Ben. You should write that.
Yeah.
About, I learned that you could craft out a long career in broadcasting by really having one shtick, which Reid Wilkins has. Yes. Doing characters that all speak with the same voice. The River Lion, I guess, was slightly different than that.
I think the River Lion needs to
top tier.
He might
come back.
He might
once
show up
again.
today. He might show up today at some point. All right, so you have to finish your practicum report.
Yes, I had to
in
hand that in
80
by
minutes.
by 4:30.
You don't have to leave and drive it over to Nate, do
No.
you?
No. You hand it in on a website called
He
Brightspace.
mails it, but we don't have envelopes.
Oh, screw it. Dang it. I don't graduate.
What are you going to do?
And if I hand that in, then I graduate. So that's should we do something special? Like I don't know. That's at 4:30.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, but don't they have to mark it? And doesn't Awanik have to approve of you?
Awanik already gave me I got an evaluation from him, so that has to get sent as well. So when I send that and this report, Matt was telling me it's as long as it's filled out to the criteria, I will pass. So.
I will remember.
Yeah, we're gonna sing. I was gonna say Anne Murray. That's not Anne Murray. I'm adding you to my watch list for the Edmonton Marathon site here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Actually, I don't think I said this on air yesterday. I plan on watching you in person.
Yeah, right.
Because the marathon route goes 2 blocks away from where I live, and I can get you either going out. That'd be pretty early though. Or I can get you coming back in before I have to get to the start line myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm about 3K from the finish line, maybe
So
a
I should
little
be
less.
coming by your place at about 9:55,
No, before that.
9:45.
Okay, let's say you're doing 2.5
Be like
hours.
5K left.
Yeah, probably 9:45, about 2 hours in. Maybe, yeah, depending on your pace. So that's pretty good. You got your bib number here. I got my bib number as well. You got Hernan's bib number. We're all bibbed up. I can still get mine.
Well, it's been a slice, Ben. You've been a very good contributor to EST.
Thank you.
I hope Matthew graded you appropriately.
Yeah.
This did come in the afternoon inbox from Beaumont Dusty. Hey, guys, I just got back from vacation after 10 days. Where's the Coob? Well, the Coob's been on holidays for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he will make his triumphant return
Tuesday.
on Tuesday.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he still has Monday off. Yeah, I will
Brandon
go.
will be
I'm going
filling
to go
in.
a month without seeing the Coop.
How do you feel about that?
It's part of life, I guess.
Part of life.
I mean, I like everybody here, obviously, but people got to get their time off. Right now I'm feeling a little ambivalent about my time off because on Monday I'd love to be on air for all the race talk. And there is an Elks game to talk about. It's being played tonight, but we'll still be talking about it on Monday. But I also been doing this long enough that I know once I get into my days off, I get into the rhythm of not working and thinking about other things and doing other things in my life.
Yeah.
But hopefully I can hear. Well, I mean, we'll be if we might even see each other tomorrow to talk. If not, we'll certainly be texting about our experiences.
Sunday.
Sunday, sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sunday. Because I don't start till 11:30. And if things go according to plan, I'll be done shortly after noon. Not any time in the afternoon after 12. But you'll be gone by then. You're not going to stick around for 2 hours to see me pull my carcass across the line. No,
I'm getting out of there because the girls are going out with Sickler for a movie afternoon.
Oh, really?
And April and I are going on a date.
Oh, a post-marathon date.
To celebrate the marathon.
Well, I hope you have the energy for it.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino. That's very nice.
I don't know if you know, Reid, but my wife's quite beautiful.
Yes, she is.
She makes it easy to go out with. I'll tell you that.
That's good. That's good.
I'll be excited.
I'm surprised she's not running. I feel like she could dominate.
She wanted to.
Yeah, well, maybe next year. I feel like she could be.
She wanted to, and originally I said no.
Why?
Because I thought we'd be running. I thought she'd want to run with me and talk. And last thing on my mind is to talk. And so it recently came out that she didn't care to talk. She didn't actually care to run with me.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, well,
she'd probably be faster than you. And she'd be like, I'm not waiting up for Jay. Right.
She could run it and she could run it Sunday without even training.
She's in that good a shape, eh?
She's in incredible shape. Yeah.
All right. The off-topic topic today is presented by William Huff. Awesome people, Bruce Simpson and company, great job. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536.
Well, this is simple, but not simple.
This is great.
Think the more you think about it, the deeper you have to think.
Okay.
And it's a simple question, but would you rather travel back in time or into the future? And why? With what purpose?
Right.
I originally thought, well, I don't want to go into the future.
Okay.
Because I'm afraid of what I might see.
Yeah, that's legitimate. I'm with you there in general.
I don't know if I want to know what the view out this window will look like in 60, 100, 200 years.
And if you now are we
the future's scary.
Is the premise here? See, this science fiction stuff opens up a lot of doors. Are we operating under the premise you're there for a certain amount of time and then come back to this present, or you're there for the rest of your life? I
think for the purposes of this conversation, it's a one ticket, one way ticket.
One way ticket. Wow.
You gotta buck up.
Oh wow.
Now, if I went back in time, I know I would alter the course of the future. I'd have to. It would almost be like a goal of mine. But I also, I don't know. I'm really stuck on this one. I guess I would travel back in the future, but like a month.
You travel into the future by a month?
No, into the past.
Into the past, okay.
But like a month.
By a month.
But with the knowledge of sporting outcomes.
Oh, so you do the betting thing.
I would, yeah. What was the guy from Back to the Future?
Marty McFly.
No, the bad guy.
Biff.
I'd biff it up.
You'd biff it up.
I would turn into the biggest sharp out there.
Right.
And I would then retire. Now, because I know what's happened in the last month. Nothing of it has been too crazy.
Right.
But then I would give me 30 days to build up my stack. I'd probably retire with $50 to $60 million.
And then two of you would exist.
I'd off me. Like present day me, I would be dead.
You'd kill your past self, your month-old self.
Yeah. There's not enough room for two.
If anybody has seen the movie Primer, just write the word primer in the nasty chat or text it in. That's all I'm going to say. Wow, that's like, you just went dark there, man.
What, offing me?
Well, go back and killing your younger self. Well, how would you do it? And then you would just replace yourself?
Or
would you tell April?
She wouldn't know. I'd pay my current self. I'd say, here's $5 million. You live in South America. Never to come.
Version of yourself would lose the wife and the kids.
He doesn't have a choice, Reid.
Yes, he does. He'd fight back.
Maybe me.
He would fight back.
Maybe me now. I have to look out for.
You got to look out.
Jay.
Yes, you got to look out for
ready
future Jay coming back
and
right
just
now.
Make sure I get the pin code.
Wow, this is dark, man. Like what a twist on the off-topic topic for William Huff. Jay would go back in time a month.
Yes.
Kill himself.
Yeah.
Not.
I didn't say kill myself.
You'd kill the.
Well, one of us would have to go.
Well,
maybe not kill. Maybe I.
Well, the first thing you said was kill.
What? There's not enough room for two of us.
Holy crap.
What?
Well, that's just. Jeez.
What would you do?
You know, there are many options to weigh here, Jay. I mean, going into the past might be interesting to be around for certain historical events or be at least seeing how they were witnessed. But I'd also be without, I mean, wherever you'd go, you'd be without your family and your loved ones. To me, going back and like meeting my parents or my grandparents when they were my age or younger and befriending them would be weird. Or going back and like, yeah, that would just be weird. That would be weird to me. So then what am I going to go back to, like the 1930s and live in New York? Like, I don't know why.
Great Depression? No thanks.
Yeah, or whatever. Now, the future, again, when you get to the future, you're not going to know anybody there either. Who knows what's happened to the earth? You know, is it safe or maybe it's going to be better? So I don't know. I was thinking about this. I'm not sure what I would do, but it's to me, it's a very lonely proposition because you're not getting to come back to the present under the terms of what you're saying. If I were coming back, if I were somewhere for a week, I would pick the future.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then do you want to change it to coming back? Because I do have,
or people can do both.
I do want to change my answer a bit.
Okay.
Because Dawson Nielsen makes a great point. He says, Jay, if someone did that to you right now, would you leave your family?
If Jay from September 17th, 2025 was waiting for you by your vehicle after the show and was like, Jay, I know what you guys just talked about on the show. Okay. I've come back. I know what happens in all these games. I'm going to get millions of dollars, but sorry, buddy, you're going to the swamp.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah.
That would put current me in a tough position.
Exactly.
So I guess we just have to live together. We'd have to find a way to coexist. I guess that would make, I'd only work Tuesdays, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
Yeah.
Past Jay would work Tuesdays, Thursdays, and we'd switch.
It'd be like the two Christian Bales in the Prestige.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone would be home with April every day.
Yeah.
Help with the kids, help with the farm.
Right.
I mean, the more I'm talking about, the world might actually have a purpose for two J's.
This is fascinating, isn't it?
Well, the two J's thing has really skewed what's going on.
Yeah, see, you didn't think of that.
I didn't think of it, Reid. It didn't even cross my mind.
That's why you need a veteran of science fiction like me.
Okay, so you can do it. You can choose your own adventure here, folks. You can say permanent or for a 10-day, excursion.
Right.
So how far into the future would you go, Reid, if it was for 10 days knowing that you're coming back?
Well, see, I don't think I'd want to go to a part of the future where, now, look, we don't know what's in store for us. Even assuming I'd live an exceptionally long time, then I'd have to go further than 50 years into the future.
Yeah, like just so that there's no chance of running into you.
Yeah. Or like, what would the point be? I don't know.
Would you go 100 years? I mean, would you go to 21, 25?
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think 21, 25 looks like?
Well, that's why I'd go. I have no idea. I'd go 100 years into the future.
I mean,
Is there space travel? Is there Captain Picard? I don't know. But I think that's what I would do. Are there flying cars? Is there still an NHL? Is there still a CFL? How do we travel? Who's in charge? What are there weapons? Is it peace or is it wartime? All that kind of stuff. I think that's why I would go into the future. Maybe 100 years would be fair.
So 100 years ago, radio technology was rapidly developing. This is in 1925.
Okay.
Cars were becoming more common, though still not as ubiquitous as they would be later. The first grayscale television were produced in London. Mussolini was in power in Italy. I mean, I guess politically you just have no clue.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But I think Back to the Future, the movie, did us a disservice in its representation of the future. Because none of that is really true.
No, and have we not passed when Back to the Future was set, or was this the year it was set?
No, I think we did this year or something.
Yeah.
There was a Back to the Future day.
Yeah, and there was no hoverboards. Or
no
anything like that.
hoverboards,
Yeah.
no flying cars. It was, and I don't know, maybe there will be. Maybe you'll find out when you go 100 years into the future.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the off-topic topic. If you could time travel, would you go forward or back, and for what purpose? 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Post in the nasty chat on YouTube. And remember, click that thumbs up. Let's see how many likes we can get to on this rainy Friday, but a fun Friday as well. Keys to victory for the Elks. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting when we get back. Here is Ben Thompson.
It's the Elks and Argonauts going head-to-head at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metier returns from injury to give the defense a boost. Kickoff is at 7. Tune in early for the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Manawaneg and Jay Milne at 6 o'clock only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays open a 3-game showdown with the Rangers. Toronto sits atop of the AL East with Boston 5 games back. Chris Bassett takes the ball for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas. First pitch is at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has inked a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran Blue Liner stood up for 59 games with Ottawa last season, picking up 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, Canada and USA battled to a shootout with the Americans taking it 4-3. The sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from the family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or call them at 780-467-5014. More of Reid and Jay on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you've been fed.
2 guys and a goalie.
The Oilers as a top 5 blue line. Do you see that with this group?
No, that to me is where analytics fall apart. Does the blue line do some good things? Yeah, they do some good things. Do they get some good production from the blue line? Yeah, they get some good production. But that's not because of the blue line. That's because of McDavid and Draisaitl and the forwards that drive the play. When this team loses, it's the blue line.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet in Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Summer in Edmonton means three things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense. Goodbye.
You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
Oh my goodness. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins, Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. We are warm and out of the rain here in the Banquet studio. Craving a late night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet, get real. Play hard. I want to remind people of this as well, and this is not about running on Sunday. I urge you to check the road closures for the marathon. Now, if you live downtown or in a neighborhood adjacent to downtown, it could affect you. Or if you're just planning on, going across a bridge to go to the Fringe or whatever, check what's closed. Because basically on Sunday, Jasper Ave is going to be closed for a large chunk of the day, right? So you can't use Jasper Ave. You may have to wait to get across. And right around the Shaw, which is the staging area, 95th to 99th, that's closed starting tomorrow even. That's the start-finish line. So I just check it out. Go to the City of Edmonton website, go on the Edmonton Marathon website, look up road closures, and just be aware of that so you give yourself some time or you don't get surprised or wind up really unhappy and angry because a police officer is telling you got to wait to get across so you don't run over a runner.
Yes. There are some interesting, this has sparked a debate.
Okay, let's hear some of these.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are on the sports betting angle of this.
Right.
Is going back and being Biff, sorry. Rip Van Winkle says, if you go back 100 years in the future, would you look up how you passed?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was like, I didn't want to say that on air. I was like, is that too dark, given what Jay just talked about? Sitting across the table from himself.
This is obviously hypothetical.
Well past, Jay.
Would you?
I don't know. If I was staying in the future, then yes, because that version of myself would no longer. But no, if I went to the future. No, but if I went to the future and wasn't going back, then I would look up what they said about me as a missing person, presumed dead after a while. Jeepers. Right?
Oh. Waddy in Cloverdale says, Reid would go back in time to the bookbinding boom and start a lucrative bookbinding business.
Yeah, you could do that.
Chris Purper says he'd go back to see dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, you'd be eaten.
That'd be a lonely existence.
I think there were a lot of creatures at that time that humans wouldn't fare well against.
Duffman would go to the future so he could get a leg up on the stock market and ensure his family has what it needs for the rest of its lives.
It's a good idea. Barry the Cheater says, isn't most of downtown closed off because of construction anyway? I was thinking that last night because I was driving down Jasper Avenue and... yeah, all of Jasper Avenue isn't available for runners, right? Because it's kind of half in.
Well, I was driving and it's down to one lane at
each direction. Yeah,
What is that? In between like 115th and 18th Street.
Yeah, it's pretty bogged up around there.
Collingwood Rob would go back to 1995 to witness the birth of rock and roll. And
1995 or
1955. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
And enjoy driving those sweet rides, such as the 1956 Chev Bel Air.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
I think you'd miss the modern things that we have more than you think, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, but even Big Uke was throwing around go back 2 days. it wouldn't really alter the time-space continuum all that much, but you could rack up at least 3-4 million in sports wagering with the knowledge you have today.
Yeah, true. But wouldn't that be suspicious?
Not in that. I mean, hey, guy had a good run.
Like, I'd know how to log into my account because the password would be the safe.
You would literally go back there with like $100,000,
right,
and bet it all on a pretty good one,
yeah,
and get 5 times your money,
right,
and then do that again. You'd only essentially make 3 bets,
yeah,
right, and it's just, hey, what a streak.
And you could actually just sneak around and leave a note to yourself, your 2 days old self, just be like, hey, it's Reid. Okay, I'm just back from August 19th. You're going to see a bunch of money popping into your Play Alberta account.
Fear not.
I got you covered. I'm not sticking around. I'm going back to my present. Okay, we're cool. We're cool. Everybody's happy.
It's just a crazy thought.
This has turned out to be a lot weirder than I thought it would be.
Good.
Already.
Good.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's right. Where's the Emperor when we need him?
Good. Benny's fist pumping back there.
Jay,
did you finish?
Hey, Jay. Jay, is this note seems like it's from your future self. Who's that in the shadows?
I think I hear him coming now.
Did you finish your report, Ben?
I sure did.
Is it emailed off?
It is sent in.
To Pat Galenza?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Congratulations.
How'd you come up with 550 words in a matter of 15 minutes?
I talked about my time prepping for shows. That was the segment that I was missing, where there's a lot that goes onto the on-air product, but there's the hours outside of the air that you have to prepare for, like you guys did today. So I talked about that, and I touched on tailgate, and I touched on the Nasty Bash as well. I mentioned that. So yeah,
good work.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
We should probably talk about sports at some point.
Yeah, we will. We're going to do it right now. This has been fun stuff. Jasmine says, go back and invest in Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. Yeah, other people mentioning the bookbinder. Yeah, I just imagine the bookbinder like 30 years ago. And,
well, I wasn't looking for a partner, but there's something about you I like.
We talk the same.
Have you ever considered going into broadcasting? You seem like you could really draw me in. You need someone with you, though.
I was just talking to my wife about like investments. Remember when BP had that huge spill underneath the ocean?
Oh, yeah, the oil spill, not Boston Pizza. Yeah.
No, BP oil, British
something petroleum, yeah.
I said to her, because their stock plummeted.
Right.
I was like, we should put like 10 grand into this. And like, I kind of forgot about it. Darn it, I should have done that.
Well, have they bounced back entirely?
Oh, and then some.
Oh, okay.
Like, you look at that bounce and oof.
Buying or selling is presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out at damonbunting.com or on Instagram. His handle is Damon Bunting Real Estate. Games at 7 tonight. Elks home to the Argos. Jay Milne is sticking around. Matawanek as well. Both of you guys working a long day. We appreciate that. 6 o'clock is the Green and Gold kickoff show on after the game for the Green and Gold post-game show. Look, is it unoriginal of me that my keys are going to be the same as last week for the Elks to win? Get 2 or more sacks and or get 2 or more turnovers. They won it last week in large part because they got 2 turnovers. They returned one for a touchdown and the other one gave them the ball on the 7?
Yeah, after that missed field goal.
After the missed field goal, they went down and made a hit and got a turnover. So I do think the Elks are going to have to do something, momentum and field shifting like that. Don't turn the ball over yourself. I mean, they've proven they can survive giving up sacks, I guess.
Yep.
And you might be able to survive 1 turnover, but you can't have multiple turnovers. So if they can actually get some combination of turnovers and sacks, then I think they got a pretty good chance.
I agree with you. And those are 2 of my, sacks weren't one of mine, but not giving up sacks for me is important.
Right.
This is interesting. They've given up 27 sacks through their first 8 games.
Yep.
How many sacks do you think they gave up all of last season?
27.
29.
Jeez.
29 sacks all of last season. They've already given up 27.
Now, some people are going to say, oh, yeah, but that's because Ford.
I don't care who's a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's a number. That's a stat.
Yeah.
I mean, they had McLeod Bethel Thompson back there last year, too.
Yeah.
For half the game.
And you had Ford for, 5 of the 8 games so far this season.
Look, my key, I agree with you. Sacks or turnovers, huge. And turnovers is one of mine. But they've got to find a way to run the ball. They've got to find a way to run the ball effectively. First down, second down. Primarily first down, I guess. Mm-hmm. Because right now, the Elks are worst in the CFL in second down conversions at 42.4%. BC's first with 54%. Okay? When they have a first and 1 to 6 yard, or second and 1 to 6 yards, right? Second and 6, second and 5, second and 4.
Right.
They convert that 58% of the time. When they have a second and 7 and more yards,
yeah,
they convert that 35%.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that is huge. They've got to be successful on first down.
Yeah.
They cannot have negative plays, a loss at the line of scrimmage, a loss in the backfield. They need to gain yards on first down because they're quite successful, above the CFL average on conversion when they're second and short.
Well, I think they have to have, to me, you got to get ranking 15 touches.
They have the second highest yards per attempt in the CFL. Their average is the second highest in the CFL. They rank the worst in the CFL for attempts.
For rushing the ball?
Rushing the ball. They have a really good average.
Right, because when they've abandoned it, they've had to fully abandon it.
Exactly. But Toronto has a worse run defense in the CFL.
Well, and that's why I'm hoping this can be something that Rankin can get rolling tonight, or Leak, or both.
Well, what were we saying last week against Montreal? This is a great spot to do what you said. 2 or more sacks, 2 or more turnovers.
Right.
That was McLeod Bethel Thompson at quarterback throwing that terrible pick, and then forcing a turnover on special teams.
Yeah.
That happened. Well, Reid, this is as good of a chance as you're ever going to get. Well, not ever, but you know what I mean, to get the run game going. Toronto's run defense is terrible. It's the worst in the CFL. Get ranking the ball, run the ball early and aggressive. And if they can do that, I don't think there's any way they're going to lose this game. Turnovers. They are last in turnovers forced with 9.
Yeah.
You know who's first?
Who would be first?
Turnovers
Calgary.
forced. Hamilton. You know how many turnovers they've forced?
24.
Great guess. 23. That's terrible. That's quite a discrepancy. Edmonton has had 24 points off their turnovers. Hamilton has had 63 points off of their forced turnovers. And Toronto throws interceptions. So this could be another one where you could pick up those interceptions.
Yeah.
And then protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
You cannot give up those drive-stopping sacks.
Yeah.
I mean, what did they get last week? They got home 6 times? It's just terrible. 1, 2, maybe 3 sacks, you could live with that. Anything more than that is just, it's hard to be successful when you're doing that.
Some of the keys for the Elks, we'll talk more about that game as we move along throughout the afternoon. Jay's play of the day and Benny's blind rankings when we get back.
The Elks and Argonauts going head-to-head at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Messier returns from injury to give the defense a boost. Kickoff is at 7. Tune in early at the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Matt Iwanek and Jay Milne at 6 o'clock, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays open a 3-game showdown with the Rangers. Toronto sits atop of the AL East with Boston 5 games back. Chris Bassett takes the ball for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas' first pitch is at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has inked a one-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran blue liner suited up for 59 games with Ottawa last season, picking up 7 points. And at the Holinka Gretzky Cup, Canada and USA battled to a shootout, with the Americans taking it 4-3. Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and an area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can also shop online at paramountflooring.ca. Benny's Blind Rankings on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you've been updated.
The Oil Stream.
Which trade /signing/hiring/firing/draft pick by the Oilers was the biggest blunder to hinder them from winning the Cup?
I'll put Lucic signing. I think the Jack Campbell one's pretty obvious. Big Uke says Shirelli in general.
But that could be it. I mean,
and that's a good point.
It was because he kind of started good.
It did start.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, live on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. I had a really interesting text come in, my afternoon inbox, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. You can chime in at 780-218-9999. This comes in from Uncle Jesse. Hey, Reid, I just wanted to say that I took my daughter to Lion King Broadway play last night in Calgary. I never had an interest in the arts growing up, but I was absolutely blown away at how immersive and awesome a Broadway show could be. Thanks for talking about the arts and the fringe, etc. Without your influence, I would have never spent the money and had such an amazing night with my young daughter.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you had an awesome night.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very kind message. Yeah, I don't even know what to say, but I'm glad you had that experience. The thing is, Jay, and you know this, people who listen know this, like when you're hosting the show, when you're the host of a talk show or you're on air, like you got to be genuine.
Yeah.
Right. So there were times when I was starting out, it's like, oh, I shouldn't talk about that. Like people will think I'm, that's too nerdy to talk about. And as the more I've done, I've just be like, not everything. I mean, there's certain parts of your life you don't talk about maybe as much, but yeah, I talk about the stuff I like. Why not?
That's good.
Because I think people can tell, and I've told you this, I've said this on air even, I like hearing about things people are passionate about, even if it's something I don't know about or maybe even don't like myself. I like hearing, hey, why do you like it? How do you follow it? What do you like if it's a band or if it's a theater? Where do you go to get that? And then maybe it might be something. Oh, I'm going to give that a try. So I'm glad Uncle Jesse stepped out of his comfort zone, I guess, and saw a cool show. That's awesome. Thanks for that message for sure. All right.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting all in one place. Players can get a $50 casino bonus by depositing $20 and using the code EST Casino. You can get a $50 free sports bet by depositing $20 and using the code EST Sports. Don't forget to use your game sense.
Simple. I think the Elks are going to win tonight, and I think they're going to win by hopefully a touchdown or more.
Oh, nice.
So currently at playalberta.ca, the line is -3. Okay, -3, and that's for the Elks to, that'll be at -110. So, somewhat chalk. I moved the line in betting that's called a tease. I teased the line to -5.5. So the Elks need to win by 6 or more. Okay. That's plus 133.
Okay.
So that's, you bet $10, you're getting back $13.30. Plus
Yeah.
So good odds. I like to try and create good odds, especially if I have a feel. Let's put it this way. If the Elks win tonight, it's going to be a sounding board in here on the post-game show.
Right.
It is going to be ugly because there will be ugly things said.
If the Elks lose tonight, yeah.
This is a game that is there for the taking. This is just where you need to be to get the run game going. I had somebody text in. Sean said, how much will the rain play a factor? It's not like a downpour. It's not ugly. So I don't think it'll play that much of a factor. Will it prompt both teams to try and run the ball? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But I still think points will be put up.
That's a good question. I'm glad he brought that up because I was thinking that same thing. And I wonder, it might be wet, but like you said, it won't be like sideways, like torrential rain, but it might be windy. And is that going to affect play calling and kicking decisions more than the rain itself, perhaps? That's what I wonder.
I mean, it adds an element. Yeah. No question. I mean, especially if it gets a little uglier. Like right now, it's raining. Yeah. It's not a downpour.
And there's a certain amount. Okay, well, you played. There's a certain amount of moisture that I would think would have minimal or no effect for pro football players.
That's what's going on outside.
They got gloves and shoes and all that.
And I mean, the
stuff.
field right now, like these fields now, these turf fields, they're crowned in the center. Like they drain very well. So it's not like you have wet conditions on the field. The ball might be wet. The ball might be a little slippery. There could be mishandling of it. That's how these games can happen. And yeah, I mean, you can get those turnovers off of the conditions for sure. I don't think it's raining hard enough to say this is going to change the game.
Yeah, that's a good question though.
But it could change. Great,
really, really good question because we hadn't really talked about the weather in terms of affecting the game. So I'm glad we got. Was that Sean?
That was Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Bonus point for Sean today.
Bonus point,
Sean. Give yourself a foot massage.
Poop Stain says, Reid, never be phony. You be you.
Yeah.
Handle.
Well, I don't think I've ever been phony, have I? Well, I hope it was Poop Stain. Poop Stain's clearly not being phony. Yeah. If that's your handle.
So that's Jay's play of the day. Head over to playalberta.ca. Click on sports. Click on EST specials. You will see the Elks -5.5 plus 133. And don't forget to use your game sense.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right. Was this the last one, maybe? Because Ben's practicum's done.
Remember
Ben, oh yeah, we're supposed to sing here. I don't know how that song goes. That's all I remember.
Remember me.
What's the Green Day one that always gets played?
I hope you had the time of your life.
I almost started singing Love Bites when you were singing, I remember.
I don't want to miss you too much, Benny.
Thanks, guys.
Because your practicum was like a fine penny. I don't know.
Keep going.
I should know. I really should not sing.
I like your singing.
You should start a band.
So, young lad, you have a tune for me, do you? Well. We'll see about this. He'll be a fine dessert, won't he? What's the River Lion's assistant's name?
Seymour.
Seymour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Seymour. Is the barbecue turned on? I'm quite hungry. Yeah, the River Lion has a little more edge to his voice than the bookbinder. Okay, it's Benny's blind rankings. So if you may have seen Benny do this before, Benny picks a topic, and then we kind of know the topic, but he gives us items off a list pertaining to this topic, and then we have to predict where they're going to go, but we're only hearing one at a time, and we're doing 5. So he may look at the top 40 of something, and we don't know where he's going to pick.
Okay. So you guys are split.
That was a terrible
list?
job explaining.
No, it's so hard to explain. It's so hard to explain it. It's are you guys doing split lists?
Yeah, we're each doing our own.
Okay. Today's category is going to be dangerous animals. You're going to be ranking them based on deaths per year.
Deaths per year. Wow, this is a
Just
dark
the show. Couldn't get any darker.
No.
Happy Friday, everybody.
No. So I found a list. It's called the ultimatekilimanjaro.com, and it ranked the top 20 deadliest animals that
by human deaths caused per year.
By human deaths.
Whether intentional or accidental or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. This will be fun.
Okay. I will lead you guys off with the lion.
Lion?
Yeah.
No.
Now, I'm going to think lions don't probably actually kill that many people per year, because I think people probably know how to avoid lions at this point. Where do I put it? I'm going to put lion at 4. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Jay.
No, that's fine. I was going to put it probably around there too, because I think, although the lion sounds like a dangerous,
who's walking up to a lion?
Yeah,
Jablonski, get away from the lion!
Now these are human deaths.
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe. Hold on. Let me make sure.
It'd be human deaths.
Yes. Let me make sure. Yeah. I think I'm just reading one. Yeah. Wait. These. Okay. Maybe not. Okay. So
it's gotta be.
I will. I'm going to read a description out loud of an animal that's not in this. Okay. So crocodile. This is a crocodile. With their stealth and powerful jaws, crocodiles are aquatic predators in regions where crocs and people share waterways. Fatal attacks are more common than you might think. Human activities like swimming, fishing, or washing near crocodile inhabits water carry inherent risks. These reptiles are masters of ambush and can launch lightning-fast attacks on their prey, which sometimes tragically includes humans.
Yeah, but they're still ranked by human deaths.
I believe that's still ranked by human
so
deaths.
that's fine.
I'm putting lion right in the middle.
Okay.
I think he led off with that to think, lions.
I'm putting it at 4. I got the lion at 4.
Now, it's not the Lion King, though.
It's not the river lion himself.
And it's not the river lion.
Yeah.
This is just a regular lion.
The lion.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put lion at 3.
I'm going to go 4.
Okay. Your next one? Bees.
Bees.
Ooh, this is a good one. No, because bees could cause... There's probably deadly bees, and bees can cause allergic reactions.
Yeah.
And a bee can sneak up on you. My dad got stung a couple days ago.
Well, okay, and my rationale for putting this at 2, because I think you're going to come with a harder hitter. I don't know. I might. I'm considering putting bees up at the top, because bees live everywhere.
Yeah.
Lions don't live in New York, right? Like a bee can kill. I'm putting bees number 1.
I'm going to put bees number 2. I'm going to leave room for something else, but I think
bee's knees.
And there have to be places of the world, and I know. I think the honeybee is maybe endangered, but there has to be places of the world where there are a lot of bees, and perhaps with even deadlier stings than in this part of the world, where it's like, you don't have time to recover, plus the allergic reactions that could possibly end someone's life. But I'll stick with number 2 But yeah, but we both have bees up there. You're going 1. You're going right
why
into
not?
the 1 slot.
Well, I got to, yeah.
I'm going 2 for bees.
Okay.
Your next one is dogs.
Dags. Now, are these wild dogs?
Just
all dogs.
Just all dogs.
All dogs.
In general.
I like dags. I don't. I mean, worldwide. Gosh darn! I think we rated lion a little too high. At least I did. I'm going to put dogs at for me. I don't. Like dogs. I'm going to put dogs last. I'm going to put dogs at 5.
I'm going to put dogs at 3. There are a lot of dogs in the world. There are some dogs that aren't very nice. There might be part of the world where, if it does include wild dogs, this could include attacks. Unfortunately, you hear the occasional story per year about, a dog attacking someone.
Yeah,
and
but attacking
them.
a child or something. But I don't know how often you hear that the child has deceased.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's why I'm putting it at 5.
I'm still putting dogs at 3. I just think over the whole world has dogs. People are comfortable encountering dogs, and as the big uke, of course, puts in the nasty chat.
Who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
All right, so you're putting dogs at
5. I think that's
I'm
a
going to
lost
put dogs
leader.
at 3. So I only have 1 and 5 left.
Okay. I have 2 and 4.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Our lists are different.
Your next one is sharks.
Well, I think that sharks, again, are something that can be avoided. I do think sharks do cause deaths over the course of a year, but I think
this is an overrated
people who
one.
are ocean savvy probably know where the sharks are and how to be safe, and people who study sharks would know how to be safe around them. I'm putting sharks at number 5 on my list.
Yeah, I'm going 4, and if I could take it back, I would have swapped that with dogs. Dags.
Yeah, I think sharks is actually quite low.
So what do you have left? Number 1.
I only have number 1 left.
And I have
so this
number
next
2.
block is going to be like a gopher or something.
Ferret.
You guys ready?
Where did you put sharks?
4.
Okay.
Your guys' last animal is the mosquito.
You know what? I'm comfortable with that being number 1 on my list.
I'm comfortable with it being number 2.
Yeah, I think mosquitoes kill a lot of people.
I think they do. They spread a lot of viruses.
Yeah, they spread stuff. There's probably a lot of things that can be traced back to the mosquito. I think that's, in the grand scheme of things, it's quite a deadly animal.
My comedian that I mentioned has a joke about mosquitoes.
Can we tell it? Oh, no, we can't tell that one. No, we can't tell that one.
No.
Yeah, that's the one you mentioned a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right, so my list is mosquito, bees, dogs, lion, shark.
Bees, mosquito, lion, sharks, dags.
So we both have the
Dags.
insects at the top.
Yeah.
All right, Ben.
Okay, so we'll go from the lowest ranked, the highest. See how you guys compare. The lowest ranked was sharks, with 10 deaths per year.
So Reid is 1 for 1.
I'm 1 for 1.
4th, bees.
Oh, bees is down.
60 deaths per year.
That's it, eh? Okay.
To bees.
I had bees 2. You had bees 1. Okay.
I'm terrible.
Okay, yeah. Your 3rd, lions.
Oh, I got one bang on.
You
That's
got
1
that
for Jay.
I was off. I had
100
4.
deaths per year.
Okay.
2nd, dogs.
Wow.
13,000 deaths per year.
What? Really? 13,000?
Dags.
That is nuts. Does it say how they track this?
I don't know if it says, but I can give you the description.
Yeah.
While dogs are beloved pets for many, they're responsible for approximately 13,000 human deaths each year. Dogs' maulings or attacks can result in severe injuries or fatalities, but the bigger threat associated with dogs is transmission of rabies, a viral disease that affects the central nervous system. Yeah, so.
All right.
So that leaves mosquito as 1.
Mosquito is number 1.
So Reid,
Mosquito is number 1. Can you guess how many deaths?
Okay, this is what we
this
gotta
will
do.
be fun. I'm going to say, wow.
I'm going to say over 1 million.
I'm going to say 150,000.
780,000 deaths a year to mosquitoes.
Wow.
You were closer.
I don't get bonus points.
That is-
I think Benny beat us, but Reid, you beat me.
Yeah.
So Ben beat Reid, beat Jay.
Yeah.
That would be the fair way to say it.
That was number one.
Well, I had two exact. I had two that were one off, and then B's I had 2 positions off.
Yeah, I had 2 that were 2 off. B's I was out of terrible. And but Sharks and Dags. You definitely beat me, Reid. But wow. Mosquitoes, 780,000
deaths per year.
What's the population of the world right now?
It's over 8 billion, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's close. Yeah, 8 billion.
If only there was some way I could quickly search world population right now. The population project. It's just shy of 8.2 billion.
So, can you guess what's second? It's a little bit of a trick question.
Oh, was mosquito number 1 overall too?
Yes, mosquito was number 1 overall.
Would I guess what is second?
Yes.
Is it similar to a mosquito?
No.
Is it an insect?
No.
Is it a hippo?
No. Hippo. Well, I showed Tom the list, and Tom said hippo out loud. I was like, can't use that anymore. That was 13th. That's 500 deaths a year.
Okay. I don't know what would be. What do you think, Jay? Second most deadly animal.
It's a little bit of a trick question.
Well, how is it a trick question? Have we had it on the list already?
Nope. I'm staring at one.
Oh, humans. They put humans on the list for killing each other. Okay.
I thought these were animals.
Yeah. Who ever heard of a human with a cape?
Well,
we're not animals. Well, we
they have humans, 540,000 deaths per year.
Okay.
Okay.
So murders and wars and stuff like that?
Yep. Snakes are 3.
Oh, that's a good one.
75,000 deaths a year. A sandfly, 14,000.
Really?
Dogs, 13,000. A freshwater snail, 10,000.
Really?
Deaths a year.
Don't you have time to run away from it?
Yeah.
I was
Jay, watch out. He's coming after you. Yeah, I'm fine, Reid. That's awesome.
Where does stingray?
I don't know if
because who was the guy that got killed? Was it Steve Irwin?
Steve Irwin.
What did he go by?
Stingrays are not like a jellyfish. Is at 18.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish is at 18 with 40 deaths a year. Tapeworms, 2,000.
See, that's surprisingly low.
Scorpions, 3,500.
Oh wow.
The assassin bug, 7,000.
This is why we should be happy to live in a cold climate overall.
Yeah, because
most
kills
of these
off
things
everything.
aren't around here.
Hey, Reid, the assassin bug.
The assassin bug.
Dun, 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 dun.
little tuxedo. All right, 780-218-9999 is how you can text us, of course. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. That's available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. to close. Benny's Blind Rankings. That was fun, even though it was about death. The oil understood. Jeff Hecht's going to join us in studio as well. It's the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk.
The Lock Shop.
This isn't good for Oiler fans. They're just going to lose their mind. Stuart Skinner's basically 23,000 to 1 to win the Vezina.
He's 230 to 1?
He's lower than Cam Talbot.
That's that actually is hilarious. I don't know why.
You have to scroll down quite a bit to get to him there. He's tied for the 33rd best odds.
There's 32 goalies that are starters.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect belts, the perfect fit every time.
Get ready for royalty with Elvis Presley and Elton John tributes at River Cree Resort and Casino. All Shook Up pays tribute to the 3 eras of Elvis in one magical show on August 17th. And catch Elton Ron, a tribute to Elton John, live on August 29th. Elton Ron will give you a taste of the Rocket Man in Canada. Get your tickets for both shows at rivercreeresort.com.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
It's the Elks and Argonauts meeting at Commonwealth Stadium with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metier is back from injury to help solidify the defense. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. The Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Matt Iwanek and Jay Milne gets you ready starting at 6 only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays start a 3-game set against the Rangers. Toronto leads the AL East, holding a 5-game edge over Boston. Chris Bassett gets a start for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas, first pitch at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran defenseman played 59 games for Ottawa last season, recording 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, Canada fell to the States 4-3 in a shootout. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood the Duke. Locally owned and operated, serving the Duke and surrounding areas since 93. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Goes to the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood the Duke. More of Reid and Jay coming up for you. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
Yeah. It's the glue guy, holding it down. You know the vibe. Friday night lights to early morning strides. Used to lace up the cleats, crowd screaming my name. Now I'm lacing up Nikes, but the hustle's the same. Studio lights, hot takes, I'm running the game. Half marathons on Sundays.
Well, Ben, you've certainly left something to be remembered by as your practicum comes to a close.
Woo!
Okay. Well, thank God this isn't smell-o-vision. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. See if we can get to 100. Elks Argos tonight. Jay's going to be sticking around. You're on like every show today. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What is so funny about
stunning?
What is so funny about farts?
Well, they stink. For one thing.
But
like did you know we were going to come back into the room, Ben?
Dude, I didn't
well, okay. You did. Oh my God.
Sorry, guys.
Wait. We need better ventilation, I think.
You get to the door closed. I opened the door.
Everything's been good, but wow. Everything's been good at the new office, except maybe the ventilation needs some work. Holy crap. If you ever get hired here, we're going to have a evacuation plan.
Talk.
Oh my God. Yeah, but maybe Nate the Builder.
It's just hanging around.
Holy crap. That is something, Ben. That's
just
this might be moment of the year.
It's eclipsing me. It's just it's overtaking my body.
It's like we're doing the show in a green fog.
You guys are playing this off. No way.
Oh my God.
Well, it's moving towards the fresh air, which is the door.
What do you have to eat to produce something like that?
What have you eaten in the last 24 hours?
Did you eat like a dead skunk off the highway?
Maybe. Yeah. Something is rotten inside of you.
You need to go to the doctor, baby. Oh my goodness. Like he was just waiting for us. Why didn't you leave the room and go do that at the other end and then come back as opposed to waiting for us to leave, but then we came back into it? Like the minute we walked back in, I was like, well, that's deadly, and Ben was the only one in the room. He can't blame anybody else for this.
Yeah, they come back commercial. Reid and I are. Did you send your practicum report? Because you could have done 5 paragraphs on that.
It's a good thing it's not email. It's a good thing it's email, not paper.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Pat Galenzo opens it up, and that stench shoots out.
Yeah, scratch and sniff from Ben's practicum. Jeez, Ben.
You said you said you valued smell, and I thought I'd
not those smells.
Man, I will never forget your last day, Ben. For that reason alone. Oh my God! All right, well,
there's no way you still smell it. Stop.
Are you kidding me?
This is
In trouble trying to get away. He will not. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's picked up and brought back by Captain Hamilton. What is happening? The Ticats strike again. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, this is right.
This is like an anaconda taking down a pig.
I think I hear him coming now.
All right. Oh, Nate the Builder's in the nasty chat. That's good, Nate. We
Yeah, you know what this is like. What your whole basement smells like, I'm sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man.
There's no way it's still lingering.
I can't wait to sit outside the rain.
This is a played up.
I can't wait to sit outside the rain for 3 hours tonight and get to wash this stench off me.
It's a good thing these are good quality wraps.
Yeah, you gotta sit in this room for another 6 hours.
They're not peeling off.
But you gotta sit in this room for another 6 hours.
Might have to change.
My goodness, yes. I thought we left the Russian banya behind at the old place.
I could use one.
Holy crap. All right. Well, congratulations, Ben, on a great practicum. It is time to do the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood.
I was gonna hit one of those.
That's great. Yeah, that's beautiful. What do we got for? What are we going to talk about hockey wise today? You have anything interesting? Is this new video game coming out soon, Ben?
Yeah, it's coming out in mid to early September. I forgot the actual date, but yeah, it comes out in the middle of September, which is like 3 weeks
so they're
earlier.
Starting to tease it now.
Yeah, like the trailers have been out for it, and they released a reveal trailer, and they also have a deep dive trailer as well. So
can we see a few seconds of something?
Yes, if you would like.
I'm trying to get it back on the rails, Jay. That's my job. Okay, just hold it together. Hold it together.
Okay. Number 86 on the list of killers, Benny's backside.
That's a text
from RC and Ladner.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so did you see what Nate the Builder put in the? Is he on his shat to come? Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah, I need one of those little fans. What do you call those handheld fans?
Yeah.
It's like
my eyes are watering.
Oh,
April, I love you. Give my best to the children.
Oh, Ben, what a beautiful man you are.
Ben.
So, NHL 26.
Yeah, what do you think? What do they change every year?
I don't know. They change animations, how the AI plays. I don't know.
To a noticeable effect?
I think so in certain situations. For other people, they don't. But
the trailer You can play it throughout. For those that are watching on YouTube, Ben, you can roll what you cut from the trailer because I haven't seen it.
Cut all right.
I mean, the trailer does not mean this is what the gameplay looks like.
No, it can be quite flashy in the trailer. It never really ends up
like
being,
that's gameplay or that. Okay.
Yeah, like all that stuff. But like these like replays right here are kind of just all like, I don't know. It's all played up stuff for visuals, right? For people who want to buy the game. I don't know. It's not like something that I look very much into. Like I honestly, like a trailer isn't really going to win me over until I get the game in my hands. That's kind of.
I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah. But
yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, they added NHL Edge this year. Where
wait, that's real footage.
That was real.
That Matthew shot was real. Okay.
Yeah, they added NHL Edge. So, but yeah, it was.
And what's NHL Edge? Like speed?
It's the way they track advanced analytics and like this top end speed for guys and all that stuff. And they're adding that into the game. And so, like for example, they're factoring in that Draisaitl shoots those sharp angle shots a lot by the goal line, and they're adding they're adding that to the game where the Draisaitl will have, he'll be more frequently in that area to shoot those shots. Same with Ovi. They're showing Ovi right now, where he's lined up there more often because that's what he does in real life.
Not if James Barrels has anything to do with it.
No, that's true. Yeah. You got to move him around.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to buy it, download it? How do you get it these days?
Yeah, I'm gonna download it.
Can I get it on a cartridge?
Yeah, on cartridge. No, it's on the actual console itself.
Gonna blow on it.
Yeah,
get the dust out.
Yeah. No, but yeah, they still have discs for it, obviously. But yeah, I'll be buying it on the console. Well, I won't be buying it, but I'll be downloading it on the console. And
does EA still give it to you?
Yeah.
Oh wow, how is that going to go on forever?
I don't know until they pull a plug on me, but we'll see.
Yeah, don't pull any more plugs on you.
Got a text here from Josh Clausen, chief meteorologist at CTV.
Good.
Elks forecast. Rain should move out for the game. There might be a spotty light shower around kickoff, but even that looks unlikely. So, cloudy and cool, temperature around 10 degrees through the game, and wind 15 with occasional gusts near 30. Not the greatest August football forecast, but it won't be pouring rain and howling wind. Only Benny is howling wind. That is from Josh Clausen. So there you go. Hopefully it should not be raining during the game. Maybe a little bit right around kickoff, according to Josh. 10 degrees, obviously not that warm, but dress smart. I mean, don't be one of those like, I don't wear a toque in August. No, wear what you need to be warm. I mean, I'll probably throw a toque on if it's 10 and windy. You're going to be outside for about 3 hours. But
umbrella?
If it's dry, that's nice.
Bring an umbrella.
Can you bring umbrellas in? I don't think you can. But anyway, so hopefully, Josh says not raining for the game, possibly, but a low possibility, a light shower around kickoff. 10 degrees throughout the game, wind at 15, sometimes gusting up to 30. So there you go. All right, Jeff Hecht is going to join us in studio when we got fired up for Gemco when we get back.
It's the Elks and Argonauts meeting at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metier is back from his injury to help solidify the defense. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. The Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Matt Awanek and Jay Milne gets you ready starting at 6 only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays start a 3-game set against the Rangers. Toronto leads the AL East, holding a 5-game edge over Boston. Chris Bassett gets the start for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas, first pitch at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran defenseman played 59 games for Ottawa last season, recording 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, Canada fell to the USA in a shootout in a thriller, 4-3. More of Reid and Jay on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, tooting you the news.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
To take a look at the Falcons from 92-9, the game. Carl Dukes.
Pitts knows the criticism he's received about not living up to being the 4th overall pick in the draft. They picked up his 5th-year option, but this is in essence a contract year. Last year, we came into the season, I said, Pitts is the difference maker. I need you to step up. And he didn't. And coming into this year, I've said the difference in Pitts is that I think Michael Penix, they have a connection.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Get ready for royalty with Elvis Presley and Elton John tributes at River Cree Resort and Casino. All Shook Up pays tribute to the 3 eras of Elvis in one magical show on August 17th. And catch Elton Ron, a tribute to Elton John, live on August 29th. Elton Ron will give you a taste of the Rocket Man in Canada. Get your tickets for both shows at rivercreeresort.com.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. Jay Milne, Reid Wilkins, Ben Thompson at the technical desk. We are in the banquet studio. Make your birthday epic at the banquet bar. Bowling, drinks, and a vibe you won't forget. Book your party now at thebanquetbar.com. So the Elks play the Argos tonight, play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Jason Milne will be sticking around after this show concludes at 6 o'clock. He and Matthew Awanek will be on the stream for the Green and Gold kickoff show right up until the start of the game, and then they hop on immediately when the game ends for the Green and Gold post-game show. What do we got then? Next Friday, the Elks are in Ottawa, and then after that's the Labor Day game. So so after the Labor Day home and home, it'll be 2/3 of the way through the season already. That's why when someone says, well, the season doesn't really start until Labor Day. Oh, really? Like it's 2/3 of the year. Well, I guess 10 games, in this case, 10 games before Labor Day. That's a good chunk of this. Like, I get what people are saying, there's time to peak and build for the playoffs. But if you're like 6-8 points out of the playoffs on Labor Day, you're pretty much done. Like you can't, You're probably not going to rally and get in, even if you go undefeated. Like if the Elks lose tonight and lose next week in Ottawa and they're 2-8, their season ain't starting on Labor Day. Yeah, it's pretty much over by Labor Day. But anyway, big win, big game for the Elks tonight. They are favored, and I think they can jump on the Argos and hopefully cash in their second consecutive victory. We are getting fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. Well, I think both of us, Jay, I don't want to speak for you because you're going to have some time, obviously, as well. But we're fired up. I'm just kind of fired up about the next 2 or 3 days. And then I guess for me, I'm going into a couple weeks off here. So I'm just feeling, I've been feeling kind of good mentally lately. I went through, most people know the story. I went through the retinal detachment. Yeah. I got new lenses in my glasses earlier this week. My vision is better than it's been in about 15 or 16 weeks whenever I had the surgery. So that feels nice. The Fringe is underway. I already went to a play last night. I'm going to be going to 3 plays tomorrow. I have several shows already planned for next week. I'm excited about picking up my race package tomorrow. Well, first, going to the game tonight, picking up my race package tomorrow, going to the shows tomorrow night, hopefully seeing you run on Sunday, go and do my own little run Sunday, and then just kind of seeing how the rest of Sunday goes. And then I have a cousin getting married next Saturday. I have a couple other cousins who I haven't seen for a few years coming from Ontario for the wedding. I'm just feeling happy about it. I'm not this.
That's fantastic.
It's not like I'm fired up. I'm running around like going nuts. But it's just a good feeling. And I'm kind of in that combination. Like when I have time off, I like plans. Like I like having things to look forward to. But I also left because I thought, should I cram in more Fringe plays on Sunday? And I'm like, you know what? I got Fringe Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday, I'll run the race and see how I feel.
Yeah.
See how I feel Sunday around 12:30. What do I want to do? Maybe nothing. Maybe something. Maybe I'll be texting you like, hey, can I come on the date with you in April? I don't know.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, but you don't tell her. You just go to some restaurant like, Reid! Well, April, why don't we join them? How many? It's a table for 3, but you're by yourself. We're April. Let's just join them.
I'm happy you're happy. That's good.
Because usually I'm so dour.
That's an exciting feeling though when you're about to embark on 2 weeks off.
Yeah,
but you have fun things that are happening. The Fringe, your 5K, your cousin's wedding. You're going to see your family. I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Right? I understand that feeling. I am fired up because I can't wait for this thing to be over. I just want to do it and be done with it.
Right.
Because I am nervous. I may present a different front, but I'm nervous.
Okay.
Am I nervous to that? And my nervousness is like if I'm just going to be dead, 5K left and I'm dead. And I don't know, because I don't know how that's going to feel. I've never done it. So I don't know when, you have people that are saying, hey, good job. And, people are cheering you on, if that's actually going to have an effect.
Right.
But even still saying 5K left. Well, I wonder if that in my mind is going to be like, oh, okay, we're there. We're home. Let's go. Finish the race.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to finish the race. I just don't want to, I don't want to fail. You know what I mean?
Well, you won't fail though.
Yeah. But I want to do okay. I want to, run it in a reasonable time. I know you said, and I've said, I'm just there to run the race and finish it. But I do want to, I guess I'm curious about the extra distance that I haven't done.
Because what's the longest you did? 15, 16?
15.
You did a 15, and you did some 12s, right? 10s and 12s?
Yeah. I did a few 12s, a few 10s, and then the 115.
Yeah.
And I did it. It was kind of, but I'm curious to see what that extra 6K is like.
Yeah, it'll be hard. I'm being positive, but I think I'm also being realistic. It'll be hard.
I'm not expecting it to be easy.
Yeah.
So that's just, I guess I just don't know. It's not the fear of the unknown. The fear is not the right word. I'm just curious. That's all.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. You're going to find out something about running, about yourself.
I cannot
about your
wait
pace
for Sunday afternoon and going on a date with my wife. I have not looked forward to something like this as much as I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's
then
cool.
I'm done. And I can go 2 weeks without running. Like running. Ugh. I just running in my neighborhood. I'm sick of it.
Okay. Interesting. Someone phoning you? Was it Jeff?
Yeah, I better take
Okay, I'll go talk to him. Well, I'm excited for Jay to do the race.
Oh, the door's locked. I'll go let him in.
Oh, he's locked. Okay. Well, Benny can go.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Benny can. Benny can grab it, give him a little gift while he's downstairs, perhaps. Well, I think you're going to do great. I think you're going to enjoy it. I understand what you're saying. There are going to be points in the race where you're going to be like, wait a minute, what am I feeling? Can I actually get to the finish line? But you will, because you're tough, because you've done athletic things before. You're determined. You know you're not going to wilt. And once you're out there, as much as we talk about time and goals, once you're, and I've been there even when I'd done a few races where it's like, okay, I'm going to finish, right? Maybe it's going to take me a little longer today. Maybe I won't quite be as fast as I was, but I know I'm going to finish, and that's the main thing. Your mind kind of, your body usually gets you as far as you need to go, and then your mind usually is pretty good at adjusting on the fly.
Sure.
To keep yourself healthy. Like it's not going to say, well, push it when you know you can't and things like that. But the good thing for you is you're going to be done probably you should be done by 10:30.
Yeah.
You're starting at 7:45. Yeah. You're thinking 2.5 hours.
Oh,
So that's the cool thing. Like about the longer races, they start them earlier.
Right.
So you got to get up and get there, but then you're going to be looking at your watch at like 11 when you're maybe driving home or getting ready to leave the finish line. You're like, geez, it's not even noon and I already did a half marathon today.
That's
and
true.
I got
That's a
the
good
rest
point.
of the day ahead of me. Now you might need to lie down or sleep at some point. That's why starting at 11:30 for me, that's late in the day for me to run.
Sure.
Like I always run in the morning. And I've done, these races that start at 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true. I think that'll be the best part of the day is finishing. Yeah. Being done with it. Can't wait.
Are you going to stick around at the finish line and watch other people come in or see if you can find Hernan after?
Maybe.
You'll probably text Hernan after.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, how'd it go? I don't know. There's something happening downtown after, isn't there?
Oh, in Rice Howard Way, there's some kind of a street party or something.
I probably won't.
I probably won't go to that, but I'm really happy for you, buddy.
Thanks, Reid.
Got a limerick here from VR Montenegro. He emailed Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. It's the final day of young Benny the Jet. The nickname makes clear sense to all meow, I bet. A leak of noxious gas escaped his toxic ass, leaving Reid and Jay into post-break regret.
Oh, boy.
VR Montenegro is always very timely. He works in current events or current show events.
Yes, he does. He does a good job.
He waited an appropriate length of time to get that limerick to us today. That's pretty funny. Jay and I are coming to you from the Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. Do you know anybody in your life besides your coworkers that are running anything on Sunday?
No.
Like no neighbors or friends or other relatives or anything?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So it's just us guys.
Yeah. I don't Bison Mask Guy. Sorry, is this like 4 limericks you sent?
Where is it?
It's in the afternoon inbox.
Oh, you texted? Okay. Do they make sense?
Well, let's try one.
If they don't make sense, okay.
Let's try one.
Okay.
On Monday, the Minto Cup starts, where sticks fly as quick as the darts. In rinks, they will clash, each sprint, hit, and dash. Pure box lax played straight from the hearts. Box lacrosse, you know what I mean?
Yeah, LAXD.
He did another one. And
he's on fire.
And
Wow.
down, he did a lot. And down in the midst of it all, young Benny stands proud and tall. His intern day's done. He's ready for fun. No more coffee runs down the hall.
Okay.
So here's to a week that won't
he wrote
quit.
like a story of limericks.
Yes.
So it's like, okay.
So here's to a week that won't quit, where endurance, tradition, and grit.
It's an epic limerick.
From pavement to boards to Benny's rewards, make this August a perfect sports hit.
Who's this from?
Bison Mask Guy.
Very ambitious. Has he written in before?
There once was a week in our land where the sports all got wildly out of hand. The marathon crowd made Edmonton loud, while Calgary's founders took a grandstand.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's ambitious stuff.
That was good.
Thanks for doing that.
Well done, Bison Mask Guy.
Working in Benny, working in some lacrosse, working in the marathon. That's awesome work for sure. All right, 780-218-9999 is how you can text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. If you're listening on one of the audio streams, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, we thank you for doing that. Remember to spread the word. Let other people know how they can consume Edmonton Sports Talk. If you're on YouTube today, remember to click that thumbs up.
Click. Must you click? Please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb.
Let's see if we can get to 100 thumbs before the end of the show. Really fun guest coming up. Former CFLer, 2-time Grey Cup champ, local guy, Jeff Hecht is standing by.
It's the Elks facing off against the Argonauts at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen calling the action. Royce Metier returns from injury to strengthen their defense. Kickoff is at 7. The Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Manawanek and Jay Milne gets underway at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays open a 3-game series with the Rangers. Toronto sits on top of the AL East, 5 games ahead of Boston. Chris Bassett starts for the Jays while Jacob deGrom gets the ball for Texas. First pitch is at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. He appeared in 59 games with the Senators last season, posting 7 points. And in the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, USA edged Canada 4-3 in a shootout. Jeff Hecht on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. Sports.
Love his riverboat gambling style of coaching in a way. One of these years it's going to cost.
Would Dan Campbell have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl that year?
I don't know, because there's a great article in the Washington Post, though, that says Bill Belichick baited Pete Carroll to do that. It was actually a brilliant coaching move by Bill Belichick that forced Pete Carroll to throw that football.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Yeehaw! Yee Country Night is back. Celebrate all things country and western Friday, August 15th at 7 p.m. as your Edmonton Elks take on the Toronto Argos. Presented by Coconut Cowboy Rum. This game will feature the 3rd annual EE Bull Riding Competition. Country music all night long, plus a petting zoo and pony rides for the kids. This night is sure to be a blast, so giddy up and get your tickets now, starting at just $20 at goelks.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Goodbye. You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. sentinelstorage.ca.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. We are with you until 6. The stream will continue at 6 o'clock with the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. Jason Milne and Matthew Wanek setting up the Argos and the Elks. Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. I read the weather report I got from Josh Clausen over at CTV. He says should not be raining during the game. Maybe slightly at kickoff. It'll be about plus 10 for the game. And be a little windy at times, but hopefully dry. That'll be a big thing. 2-time Grey Cup champion Jeff Hecht is here. Jeff, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Lead right in, buddy. We all want to hear you because you have so many great things to say. What did you have ideal weather for a game? I mean, I know you had to play in it no matter what, but was there some conditions where you're like, okay, good?
Yeah, I prefer cold games.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and it's in the summer always. I'm a cold weather person, right? So it's. Training camp is incredibly difficult for me when it's plus 30, but once it gets a little cooler, I run on diesel more so. So I prefer to below 0.
So if you saw this, if you were a player, it'd be 2 hours before kickoff. You'd be like, okay, that's cool. Leave it like this.
Especially with the rain, it favors a defensive back, right? Because it disadvantages, that's not a word, but receivers. It's tough to catch the ball. It's easy to do a pass breakup, right? So it's very defensive friendly weather.
That Hamilton game, now it turned out into a lightning delay with a rainstorm. Man, that was one of the hottest games I think I've attended in Edmonton as a fan. I wonder if some of the players from more the Californias and Floridas and Alabamas of the United States were like, oh, finally, how we're feeling.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Yeah, the Canadian.
Yeah, those guys are. I mean, in plus 28 in training camp, they're wearing long sleeve pants and sweaters and hoodies, and they. But then again, once the winter rolls around, and that's when the CFL, those are the most important games of the year. Those guys really struggle.
When's the last time you were in here? It wasn't here. I guess
No,
it was
during
at the
the
old place.
last season.
Was it going into the playoffs?
It was right before the playoffs last year, I believe.
Okay.
So probably late October.
A lot has changed with the organization here in Edmonton. Record aside for now, what are your thoughts on, Chris Morris taking over as the president of the club, Ed Hervey back at Edmonton as the GM, and Mark Killam, a guy that would have been in Calgary when you were there. What are your thoughts on all the changes?
Yeah, so on the big three, first of all, Ed Hervey, always been a fan of his ability to produce and win. Me and my good buddy of mine, I always have conversations with about football. We always say, Ed Hervey knows football. Ed Hervey knows a lot about football, and he has done extremely well. He's the architect behind the last Grey Cup in the city, so having him back, he is like, he knows how, the Edmonton Eskimos were run, and he is expected of the culture. Chris Morris, I don't know a ton about him. I wasn't a huge fan of that hiring, to tell you the truth, because his production at the U of A was not good. He had one season that was a 500 season. Every other year they were a sub 500 team. So his performance as a head coach is not very impressive, right? Obviously, he has a history outside of that, or he has some skill sets outside of just coaching, and he's not coaching the team now. But so far, so good on that front. And Mark Killam, I have nothing but good things to say about Killam. When he got fired or not re-signed, whatever you want to call it, I mean, it's getting fired. When he got fired in Calgary, I texted him. I said, see you in Edmonton. Because he would have been my number one candidate. And I think everybody knew that right away. And as soon as he got the interview, it's like, okay, this is going to be a lock, right? They should have hired him in, I think it was 2018 or something like that, when they ended up going with the Jamie Elizondo, that kind of started the...
Or 2021 after Milanovic, who never lost the game.
The train wreck of what was a 5-year span that's, largely forgettable in Edmonton sports history.
Yeah.
But they got it right this time.
Okay, so Jay, how much did you cross over with Killam in Calgary?
He was the special teams coordinator
the whole time?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. So what is it about? Because it seems a lot of guys who have played for him really, really vouch for him. Is it his energy, his intelligence? What is it?
It's a little bit of both. He's an intense dude, which I can relate to and I appreciate. He will also go to bat for you, right? So it's good to have coaches that are in your corner.
Bit of a player's coach?
Yeah, for sure. As a special teams grinder and a bubble defensive player, you need someone in your corner, right? When they're making the roster, or, hey, who do we want to keep on? He's always upfront and honest with you, which very few coaches are, right? Because there's a lot of politicking and saying the right things at the right time. From what I understand, he was one of the reasons I ended up in Calgary. I was in Montreal the year before, and I got cut before training camp. So nowhere to go, 2 weeks before training camp. And the first thing, they brought me in the first day of the regular season, and he said to me, because I'd taken a lot of penalties my first year, he said to me, he's like, I put my neck on the line. If you take one penalty, you're gone. And I was like, okay, like,
pretty clear.
Honesty and candor are my best and worst qualities, right? So I really appreciated that. If you back him up, he'll back you up. So the guys love him. And as a special teams coach too, it's easy to be liked by the players because the special teams group it's a unique group, but with most of the guys playing special teams are always team first guys because you have to be.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to make the tackle, or yes, you want to make the play, but you're just as ecstatic if anyone does it because it's a unit of the team where you need all the guys to buy into the. I don't care who has the success. It's most important that we have the success. So special teams coaches, I think, are great head coach candidates for that reason, and they understand the flow of the game and roster development as well. Yeah.
What penalties were you taking?
Yeah.
I had a couple unnecessary roughness penalties.
Too angry?
Yeah. Okay, so those are
I think they
fixable.
were necessary, but the officiants deemed elsewise. So I played with a chip on my shoulder my whole career. I never really was like a standout, and then when I got what I think snubbed in the CFL draft and ended up on the team, I still had some residual steam that needed to blow off.
Right.
But once Killen brought it to my attention that this is like, hey, this is it, man. Like one and done. It's like, well, okay, let's do my best to put it under wraps a little bit.
Probably a good thing to have, though.
Yeah,
A chip on your shoulder never hurts.
good lesson to learn.
Absolutely. It paid a lot more dividends than it did cost me. So
well, most coaches say I'd sooner tell a guy to dial it back than try to wake up a guy that doesn't have a lot of intensity.
Absolutely.
So maybe that's
you can always slow it down. You
Right.
can't speed it up.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward now to all these new staff, new GM, new president. They announced that Trey Ford's going to be the starter for this team. What have how do you think that's been handled? The Trey Ford, I don't know if it's fair to say experiment, because he was paid quite a considerable amount of money to be the number one quarterback. My main question is, do you think the leash was just the right amount length for him, or do you think, no, they should have stuck with him or gone to Cody sooner?
Yeah, I definitely think they should have gone to Cody sooner. But I said this when they traded for Cody. I said, well, he's going to be the starter by Labor Day because, full disclosure, I don't think Trey Ford is a professional caliber quarterback. He's a football player, sure. He can't throw the ball more than 30 yards down the field with any sort of accuracy. The only deep throws he ever completed prior to this season or even this season are broken plays, right? He doesn't throw deep on timing. He can't really throw beyond the second level with any sort of timing. I don't think he's a pro caliber quarterback. I don't think he's ever going to start a quarterback again, right? So when they signed him to the extension, I was quite surprised. But I think the thought process is the upside. If it hits,
right,
it's going to hit big.
Yeah,
right. It was a little bit like playing roulette. I'm out there, black 29. It's going to hit. It's like, hey man, it's probably not going to hit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for sure not. But if it does, let's take the shot. And then they had some salary cap flexibility, so they could grossly overpay him, really. But they paid him as a starter and said, hey, I'm sure there was a meeting where it's like, no matter what, he's getting X games, right? Because he struggled in enough games where, if this was a competitive team, they would have went to Cody a lot sooner to try to win some of those earlier games. But they must have had a meeting and said, hey, well, let's give him 6 games no matter what, because we invested some money. And if it hits, it hits big. And if it doesn't hit, whatever, it's the CFL. We're not out a massive amount of guaranteed money. So it's probably been right on script to what I would have guessed it would have been handled. The only thing that kind of surprised me is Cody's playing a lot better than I had anticipated he would. Yeah, he's maybe playing his best football of his whole career, which is extremely difficult to do as a quarterback who gets snubbed, brushed off, because the quarterback is such a mental position. And for him to bounce back and actually be performing the way he is, that's more of a surprise than how the rest of it kind of scripted out.
So what did you think were his, because he's been on some pretty good teams and he did win a Grey Cup. What concerned you, if that's the right word, about him?
Well, he's just okay.
Okay.
Normally, he's an okay quarterback.
You think he's a mid-range?
Yeah.
Like, you think he's a legitimate top 9, like he's one of the starters in the league?
For sure, he's a starting quarterback.
Okay.
But the CFL has a history of dating back to like the Marcus Crandall, I think it's 2008 Stampeders.
Right.
The team that wins the Grey Cup every year, and obviously last year with Toronto and their backup quarterback, but the team that wins the Grey Cup every year, their quarterback has to be a top 3 quarterback that year, every single year.
Right.
You can go back and look from that 2008 until just recently last year, but every single quarterback that wins the Grey Cup has been in the top 3 of that season, because it is a quarterback-heavy team. And you can't win with a really good quarterback, a Trevor Harris-type quarterback. Those quarterbacks, and Fajardo before Montreal, having a really good quarterback is very tough in the CFL because you can't replace them, because there's not a lot of really good quarterbacks out there, but they're not going to be enough to get you beyond, right? So not my favorite, not my number 1 pick, but he's, currently you could make the argument that he is playing at that caliber. He's right in the mix.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you.
Yeah.
In his starts, let's say for the last 3 weeks, do you think he's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the
last 3
CFL?
weeks? For sure. He's in the top 3 or 4 for sure. Yeah. My top guys in the CFL, right? I think Bo is the best quarterback in the league right now. And I think Vernon Adams, if he can stay on the field, is the best quarterback in the league. And Cody's in the mix with a couple other guys. If you want to take the small sample
Trevor
of his 3 games,
and
Harris is playing really good. Rourke is starting to play really good. He's right in that mix for the, somewhere between 3 and 5. So, what he offers now for the team is some stability at the position. So now we can start to evaluate and grow and build some continuity among the rest where we never knew what O-line problems we had before because we couldn't throw the ball or we couldn't run the ball. Or so he's playing a lot better than I had anticipated. And, that's the good thing.
Okay. Jay has a question for running the ball. I want to ask you a question from your, the position you played. And like, I know you were on before, and I'm just fascinated with all the little nuances of football that
well, no, this is a brilliant football mind.
Right.
It is nice to talk to.
So after the loss to Hamilton, and I talked about this with Jay, and I talked about it with Dave, one of my former colleagues at Ched, about Bo Levi. And they both said to me he was toying with DeBlanco, like just little look-offs, and especially on that last drive. So you played a position, right, where you had to sense the quarterback. So if quarterback's trying to look off a guy, so I know I want to go over there to Ben, so I'm looking over here, and then bang, I go that way. But a quarterback can't do that every play because then you as a defensive player, it's like he never throws where he's looking. So like they're trying to play mind games with you the entire game. Like how do you know when he's looking you off and when it's like, oh crap, I think he's actually throwing to that guy right away?
There's in short, it's like hundreds of hours of repetitions, right? DeBlanco is like basically a rookie.
Right.
And having not really played a lot of Canadian ball, he is like pretty green as far as the fluidity of the game, the route combination, like different route combinations in the CFL are different than American ball, and pushing certain depths and timing, it's all different. So he's so new, and he's going against a first ballot Hall of Fame, maybe the best quarterback of this generation. So, I mean, what can he do to get better? It's like be a starting linebacker for 5 more years and pick it up, right? So there's a lot of studying, there's a lot of route combinations, there's knowing the situation. In certain situations, if you can anticipate where they're going to go with the ball, and if he's looking over here and he's like, well, if he throws it over there, it doesn't really affect us, I'm not going to take the bait, right? So as much as it is, it's not really a rock, paper, scissors type thing. It's like, hey, if he keeps going rock, you go paper. It's like, well, there's a lot more complexities to it. And unfortunately, it's an intellectual mismatch at that point. The Elks defense is a lot of new guys, so they're not playing with a lot of continuity, and they're not really congealed right now. So that kind of all adds up to huge. If you're talking about the mental aspect of toying with someone, you're in tough.
I know you'll probably be like, come on, Reid. But I'm curious when you're lining up and then the ball is snapped. Are you watching the quarterback the entire time? Or you mentioned route combinations. Are you thinking, okay, I know in film in this formation it might mean a certain thing. So are you always watching the quarterback, or you know what I mean?
In short, no. Every situation kind of dictates you always have a read progression.
Okay.
I'm going to look here first, then here, then here, then here.
Okay.
Right? Is the basic idea. Every situation and every play is going to kind of dictate how that goes.
Strong side first?
It always situation, but you want to look to the strong side first because there's usually more guys over there and there's more threatening.
Strong side inside?
Inside, you want to work inside out, the most dangerous throw. But I also say the old Madden video games, they used to have a cone, right? The QB vision.
Right.
Some defenders, I was really good because I had a very wide vision. I can watch 3 or 4 things at one time.
Okay.
Some players, specifically corners in pro football, they can only watch one thing at a time. So they watch this, and then if it's gone, then they move, and then they move, and then they move. So read progression is important, but same as a quarterback doesn't necessarily look at one guy and then the next guy and the next guy. He's seeing a combination. He's seeing like a mosaic at one point, right? So there is a read progression. The first thing you always do is like the quarterback or the box triangle. You're reading like both tackles to the quarterback on the snap, because that way you can anticipate if it's a 3-step drop or a 5-step drop or a 7, and then how that will affect how deep the routes go. If you watch both tackles at the same time, you can pick up right away if the pocket is moving. Are we getting a rollout or are we getting a sprint out right away? Because if we are, that completely changes the read progression.
Okay.
Like if they're going play action roll to the field, I don't even care what I was supposed to look at over here. I'm going to run 20 yards over there and pick them up and meet them at the intersection, right? So, and as a linebacker, I would anticipate a new linebacker. His reads are, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and away the ball goes, and he's not on his, and he's a little late because it's just the bandwidth, him versus Bo intellectually, he's on dial-up. and Bo is on
high speed
5G,
NASA stuff.
Yeah. So you're in tough to win that battle.
Yeah, because I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's got a lot of potential, but that was the first time he was getting picked on like that. Probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he does have a lot of upside, or he's starting to show it finally this year that he does have the upside. So by time he's ready to win that intellectual battle, I'm sure Bo will be moved on to a lot greener pastures so that he won't have to worry.
I know we got to get to a break. Are you good to stick around for another segment?
Yeah.
Okay. This is two-time Grey Cup champ Jeff Hecht, local guy, Edmonton Wildcat. I just while we're on the topic, I got to ask you, because as a safety at an amateur level, right, in U Sports or CIS is what it was. I mean, route progressions were there to fool you, to say, and you know, you see someone flash in front of you, well, someone's going to be coming behind you, or you know, you see a skinny post, you know, you can just feel that out. Does that still happen at the CFL level? Are they trying to suck up linebackers with an under to put something over top of them at 15 yards? Like, does those route patterns still happen?
Yeah, they people still catch fish with hooks and bait, right? So it's the same. It's the same idea. The game happens very fast.
Yeah.
Right. In junior football or amateur level football, one of the things you pick up early is as a zone defender. If somebody leaves your zone, somebody's coming.
Somebody's coming.
Zone.
Yeah.
Don't chase them out of your zone, right? Because they are coming back. Now, when I got to university and I played with some really intelligent players and really intelligent coaches, you learn combinations. So we didn't look at routes like it was like numbers, right? Like one route that was a good example. We called it an October. It was an over and a corner. So these, and there's chief, which is a curl and a flat. So routes are now combinations. They're not just, okay, you're running it in and you're running it up. It's like, if I know, and then in the read progressions, let's say I'm reading 3 receivers and the first guy runs a certain route. Okay, now I know the next guy is running one of 2 or 3 routes.
Okay.
And then once number 1 does this and number 2 does this, I know where number 3 is going. So combination of routes gets important, but you're right. I mean, it still works because, it works.
Yeah.
Something flashes in front of your face as a defender, and you go, I got to get that one, and you get taken away.
But it still surprises me how corners that are in cover 3 get beat deep.
Right.
I will never be satisfied with that, because you're biting up on a flat.
Yeah.
Like, boggles my mind. You have one job.
Where the corner specifically is a very instinctful player.
Yeah.
Right. And this is like I tell everybody, I never got beat on a double move like in my life.
Because you tackle the player.
Because I wasn't fast enough to break on the first move.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So these guys that are so quick to make plays and they see the bait, sometimes it's not bait to them. Sometimes they, the mouse trap's out. You come check it the next day, the cheese is gone and the trap hasn't snapped. There's no mouse. Some of these guys can do that stuff. Right. So sometimes they get caught and sometimes they try to stick their hand in the cookie jar and they get a cookie, right? So, it works all the time. It's the simplest thing in football is, look over here and we're going to go over here. But some of these guys can make plays and that's why they continue to, sometimes they get got.
All right, Jeff Hecht is in studio. We love having him in. Of course, former CFL safety, Edmontonian. He's going to talk about life after football a little bit. I know Jay's got some questions about the Elks offense, if you don't mind talking about those lowly guys.
I'll try my best, yeah.
5 o'clock break here.
2 guys and a goalie.
The Oilers as a top 5 blue line. Do you see that with this group?
No. That to me is where analytics fall apart. Does the blue line do some good things? Yeah, they do some good things. Do they get some good production from the blue line? Yeah, they get some good production. But that's not because of the blue line. That's because of McDavid and Draisaitl and the forwards that drive the play. When this team loses, it's the blue line.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet in Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
It's the Elks and Argonauts colliding at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metier makes his return from injury to bolster the secondary. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. The Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Manawanek and Jay Milne gets you set starting at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays kick off a 3-game set with the Rangers. Toronto leads the AL East with Boston sitting 5 games back. Chris Bassett takes the mound for the Jays, while Jacob DeGrom goes for Texas. First pitch is in 2 minutes. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has inked a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. He played 59 games for the Senators last season, tallying 7 points. And the Helenko Gretzky Cup, the United States topped Canada 4-3 in a shootout. Reid Wilkins Show continues into hour 3. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
All right, hope you're having a great Friday afternoon, 5:06, along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins, Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Benny Thompson, last day of his practicum from Nate. He's at the technical desk. And what did you get? 2-time Grey Cup champ?
Just 2, yeah.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Just 2. Jeff Hecht is here as well. What part of you were born in Edmonton, raised in Edmonton, both?
Yeah. Born in the Edmonton General Hospital, and I grew up in Millwoods.
Well, your home neighborhood's Millwoods. What was your high school?
W.P. Wagner.
People love, I know you probably said that last time you were here, but people love hearing that.
They no longer have a football program.
Well, what happened?
They sucked. Yeah. We won a city championship in 2001, and I think they won again a junior championship in 2013, but they're a STEM school.
Who was your coach?
Naveed Chaudhry was his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you a safety? Did you play both? What were you?
I played quarterback. Yeah.
Best.
My grade 10 year, I didn't really do anything because I was terrible. And my second year, I was the fastest kid on the team, so they made me the quarterback, and we won the city championship.
Oh, nice.
We just ran a double tight end, power eye, and then we'd run naked boots off.
Oh, did you run the ball, perhaps?
Yeah, we only had one passing play in the entire playbook. Yeah, it worked out well.
Couple quarterbacks that turned into safeties, eh?
That's how all defensive backs turn into defensive backs.
It's a good progression.
Yeah.
Because you get a better understanding
You
of the
understand the
offense.
game a little more.
Yeah.
You're usually one of the better athletes. You get a lot of play time, and then you realize at the next level, you got to throw it. So it's like, wow, maybe it's time to switch jobs.
Yeah, my last play at quarterback was the first morning of tryouts for Team North. They said, sir, you're not available with this group, but that group over there would like to talk to you.
I was smart enough to make the change and sign up as a defensive back for Team North.
Oh, there you go. Okay, here's a question I have for you because I do appreciate your football mind, very knowledgeable. This Elks run game has been hit and miss. I mean, last week, if you can believe this, in the CFL, Justin Rankin and Javon Leake ran the ball 6 times in Montreal for 0 yards. They did not attempt a run in the second half. Now, were they giving what they were taking? But what do you see about this Elks, whether it be offense, O-line, blocking scheme? Why can't they run the ball with consistency?
I think there's a couple things. They were running the ball a lot better with Ford and a quarterback because he obviously opens it up. And that's one thing Fajardo doesn't. He's not going to make that threat. So one of the other things, too, I think, is the offensive line is not really, as a unit, playing great yet because there's too much new, right? And the offensive line and the defensive backs are the two groups on the field that need to play as one cohesive unit. And they're kind of playing as like five guys, or there's two over there and three over there. So their pass pro hasn't been great either, right? I don't think it's a personnel issue. I think it's a continuity issue, right? So, but it's astonishing to win a game with those kind of rushing stats, especially in a close game. You need to be stubborn enough to run it, right? And I think most offensive coordinators, especially in the CFL, they love throwing the ball because it's exciting and it's sexy and, let's get this.
Yeah.
You need to have a stubbornness either from your head coach, because Mike O'Shea was great for this. No matter how it was going, you would see him on the sideline just say into the mic, like run the ball. Like, we need to start controlling the game and controlling the clock and controlling the pace of the game. So it comes from the offensive coordinator first. 0 attempts in the second half. And I think David Beard was saying on your show that they were loading the box. Unless they're going engage 8, run the freaking ball because it sets up so much more. Beautiful. And it exhausts a lot of the defense. The defense loves you throwing the ball on first down. They love it. It's easy. The defensive ends can start to get off. If you don't complete the pass, it's automatic second and long, and the defense can pin itself back, and the defensive coordinator can start to get creative. So you need to be stubborn enough, but I think their offensive line in general is not really playing great. It's probably the part of the offense right now that's the furthest behind, and they do have great running backs. But sometimes you just need to stubbornly just keep chopping wood.
Now let's look at the other side of the ball, because this was an area that was, during free agency that was targeted, was the defensive front, some help in the secondary. Serezna, Jared Brinkman, Robbie Anderson were brought in and were paid quite handsomely to come in and create pressure, 4-man pressure. So they didn't have to find themselves in blitz schemes all the time, cover zero, yada, yada, yada. How in your opinion, because I know you have one, how has that worked out?
I would love to see some historical statistics as far as stats go this far into the season. I can't remember a worse performance. Now, stats are not necessary, or sacks are not necessarily the stat that indicates total success, right? But the defense hasn't been great. And particularly, all of their free agent signings, minus Serezna having like a couple really good games, or a couple pretty good games, I would say. He hasn't been the game record that he is paid to be. Their free agents have been whiffs. Like, yes, Mechie got hurt, and yes, Robbie Smith got hurt, but when they weren't hurt, they were indistinguishable from, a regular roster player. And they're, I think, Robbie Smith is the highest paid defensive end in the league, I believe, which is insane for his production. And I don't know why, but their free agent signings in general have not performed. None of them really have. Terrell Ford's been good at corner, but he's been good. And last year, he was the best corner in the league. And I think he's making about $60,000 or $70,000 more than the next highest paid corner in the league right now. So you would expect a little more production. So I don't think their defensive schemes have been great. So in general, coaching hasn't been great. Their secondary started the year terrible, and you're not going to get a lot of sacks. Like the first 6 games, maybe historically the worst secondary in the history of the CFL. Like just the broken plays and absolute guys like uncovered, like guys just playing pitch and catch. So if you can't cover anybody, you're not going to get any pressure. But if you're not getting any pressure, you're not going to cover anybody, right? They don't have that guy. Every team has a guy right now that can wreck an offensive line on their own. We don't. We don't have anybody that on 2nd and 10, you're like, let's keep an eye on who we keeping an eye on in the front.
Right.
Even the linebackers that we have, they're not pressure guys. They're not like an Adam Big Hill in his prime where they can ISO up on an offensive lineman. We don't have a single person minus trickery that on 2nd and 10, they're like, okay, offenses don't have to scheme up our front 7 because it's nothing. Now, I don't know if it's scheme or technique, and I've spoken to a few people and it says, the defensive line is not really flashing a lot of technical skill, but it hasn't been great, and it's really like the main part of the team that's lagging now.
Can that build? So I guess what I'm suggesting is a new new team, pretty much new defense except for the linebacking core. New defensive coordinator, new defensive backs coach. Is this a process or is it just they're underperforming? That you're not going to let them off the hook?
In the defensive front. No. Yes, there's some schemes and loops, and we're going to run some games and try to get guys uncovered. But a defensive end, let's say somebody rushing the quarterback, is very much like a receiver and a DB. You have to win the one-on-one, right? We don't have a defensive player that's winning one-on-ones. You know, like in the middle of practice, defense, front seven, one-on-one, Skelly at the other side, they go down in the field and practice their one-on-ones. There's not a single guy that's putting out tape. If they get, if they ISO up on the guard or they ISO up on the center, we don't have a single guy in the front seven that's getting off. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't get pressure on the quarterback. There's a lot of teams that can get pressure with just schemes or continuity or collapsing the pocket, but that's not happening either. Right. So I don't think, especially right now, I don't think they have the personnel on the roster. They don't have a pass rusher. Serezna is a great player, but defensive tackles can only get so much pressure unless they're like the dude in Calgary, the Hutchings. He's like the best defensive player in the league right now. But we don't have a defensive end on the roster or a linebacker on the roster who lines up and everyone thinks he's going to get home.
Right.
We don't
like
have.
I remember Montford back in the day, like those. That's a long time ago. But
we got him, and we're the only team in the CFL that doesn't have a pass rusher that is a threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not as a defensive back. That sucks because like when I was in Winnipeg, and it's second and long. Willie's getting home.
Willie Jefferson.
Or Big Hill's getting home. Or Jackson Jeffcoat when he was there. Or someone else on a scheme. Like, they're getting home. These defensive backs are, the last couple games they're better, but they've been quite terrible this year. And it's tough for them to have trust in, it's 2nd and 8, and they're like, oh, crap. Like, they're going to have 3.5 seconds or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? So,
well, we saw Bo Levi in the Hamilton game and they don't finish their sacks if they do get in.
Yeah.
Right. Like the guy, and even back to the first game of the season, how many times did Rourke get away? Like, I know that's the quarterback's job, and sometimes they're going to do it.
They just don't have a guy. They don't have a pass rusher on the roster right now.
Because it seems to me, okay, this is my very simple look at football. Okay. The first game of the season, they get torched deep by the Lions. So it seems to me, there's a lot of like, okay, we're going to drop back. Maybe they complete a short pass, and then we just have to run up and tackle. Like it just, I know that's a very simple way to look at it, but it seems to me that's kind of what Sherritt has said. Okay, we'll try to rush 4, then we got to just drop 8 guys back. Don't give up anything over the top, which they haven't as much, generally. But is it that simple? That's just how they have to defend right now?
It kind of depends on the philosophy of the defense. Rich Stubler was a defensive coordinator forever, and his philosophy was, I don't care about anything except for they can't throw it deep. They can't throw it in between the hashes, and they can't throw it deep on 2nd and 10. I don't care. We're going to rush 3, we'll drop 9. Sometimes we'll rush 2, and we'll drop 10. That's all he wants to do. Some people, like a Chris Jones, they're going to get him.
Yeah.
We're pressure. We're going to make him throw it in under 2 seconds, right? So they've at least got a plan now, it seems, where at the beginning of the year, their secondary was so awful that they were schematically inept almost. Like guys were catching balls, nobody within 20 yards of you. Like stuff you don't see at the professional level. And if you do, you see it in the preseason, right? So they had, maybe the first 4 games were preseason games for the secondary because they're all new and a new defensive coordinator and a new defensive back coach and everything. It's not a bad thing that they've at least got a plan now. It's not working great, but it's working a lot better than the no plan at the beginning of the year. So their defense has got a long way to go still for sure, but at least there's some consistency. And I think maybe on defense, JC's trying to do what the offense has Fajardo now, and now we can move pieces around. He's saying, okay, let's have a scheme that's relatively simple. Then we can find the right guys for the right places now. And once you get some of the better athletes in position now we can add some complexities to the defense and go and get them. But until we stabilize this thing, we can't add any more. We can't add anything any more fancy because we can't get the basics.
Yeah, well, because Jed was even talking about just having the D line move a second before the snap, like hop over. He says they're not even doing things like that to try to confuse the offense.
There's not a lot of pre-snap movement and stuff like that. And like I said, I think the main problem is they don't know their stuff well enough to do that, right? Once you get to a point where you know your own defense and you know the guy beside you knows what he's doing, guys will do that on their own. They're not going to do called pre-snap movements. I'll just talk to him. Hey, let's show this. Okay, we're showing this. Boom.
Yeah. Play a little game.
But now they're doing that, and like beginning of the year, it's like, hey, we're showing this, and one guy would be like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And right? And then away you go. So at least they're building some sort of continuity in the plan, and hopefully it continues to
So
trend.
is that, like I talk about this all, and by the way, thanks for listening to the show. You referenced David Beard. We appreciate that. Like I often say, you know, I'm a talk show host and I'm a media guy, but I'm also a season ticket holder. And I don't want to be leaving the stadium disappointed. But Taylor Inglis with Jay, you know, when he did the game a couple of weeks ago where they lost to Hamilton, and Taylor was like, what'd you expect? Like, they're not going to win the Grey Cup this year, so they're 1-6. Like, what'd you expect? And part of me is like, I understand that. It's a new regime. Part of me is like, well, I don't know, 2-5 instead of 1-6? Is that too? But are you also saying, Reid, you got to accept this is a growing pains season, but the right people are
yeah, for
leading
sure. You
it now?
anticipate that. Like I had this conversation with you guys know Eddie Steele,
Yep.
and he was saying at the beginning of the year like this is a potential playoff team, and I said, Eddie, like come on, like give your head a shake. Like they're better than last year. They're a 5-6 win. Maybe they get hot at the end of the year. You have to be realistic. As a fan, it's much different. You want to win every single game. You don't want to, as a fan, you don't want to see the long-term plan take place. We want to win. I want to win today. Sure. I want to win every single game as a fan, right? So it's tough to stomach, but also in the same breath, Calgary's the best team in the CFL right now. Maybe Hamilton, but Calgary's the best team in the CFL, and everybody.
You're annoying Rider fans.
Everybody thought they were going to be the worst team in the West this year.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought this was mid-season. Dave Dickinson out. This is the last. They're maybe the best team in the league. Their defense. 11 new starters and a new defensive coordinator who has been an offensive coach for 50 years. And they have probably the best defense in the league right now. So as a fan, yes, you have to be realistic about this season. Yeah, we're not going to win the Grey Cup this year. Calgary might. So in the CFL is much different than many leagues with how the roster turnover can happen. And if you have the right key components in place, like I said, they have a MOP candidate quarterback before he got hurt. They have the single best defensive player in the CFL right now, who they basically got off the scrap heap because he was down in the NFL and then got hurt and got injured out, and no one really knew about him because he's a little bit undersized as a defensive tackle in the NFL, and he's the best defensive player. So you get a little bit lucky. So as a fan, you have to be realistic. But I mean, in the CFL, there's no reason to think your team isn't a contender in the second year of the new administration.
Right.
Next year, it's totally acceptable for Edmonton fans to expect a playoff run.
Okay, good.
Because the CFL is, you can turn it around like that if you get the right guys in the right.
Right. And some of the stuff we're talking about, DeBlanco or whoever, 20 more games under his belt, he's like, no, Bo Levi or whoever.
100%. Like the linebacker in Hamilton.
Right.
I forget his name, the Canadian guy. He starts a game, everyone's kind of like, I wonder what. And it's like, holy smokes. Yeah. This is a dude.
Yeah.
So maybe our roster has those dudes or has that pass rusher that can get off once he learns a couple things and gets a couple more reps and gets a little more live fire. Yeah, but I mean, they weren't going to be a playoff team. I doubted that. But next year, I would fully anticipate that being the case.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for sticking around. You're very generous with the time. Before we let you go, let everybody know what you're up to now. You can plug your business all you want.
I do home inspections in the Edmonton area. My company is called Inspector Jeff. You can find me on Instagram at Inspector Jeff. Don't forget the Hecht when you get your inspect, right? So it's a fun job. Lot less injuries. A lot less time in the medical tent, which is nice. And I'm just enjoying regular life.
Were you ready for life after football? Like that first day you woke up as like, was it holy crap, I'm not a pro football player? Or how was the adjustment for you?
No, I was ready for life after football the day after the draft when I didn't get drafted.
Okay.
And then when I went to Montreal and every single day there was a new guy in the locker beside me, I was ready for life after football then.
Okay.
I was always ready. I was always realistic, always prepared. I always worked in the off season. I'm quite frugal. So I was always ready just in case, hope for the best, plan for the worst kind of thing. I'm a bit of a prepper in that sense. I'm ready. It would still sucked, but I also retired at the right time or the perfect time.
How old were you?
34.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was already quite old, quite beat up, but there was no season next year. Like guys missed the locker room.
Oh, because 19 was your last
season. You missed the locker room. You missed the guys. You missed the grind. You missed the routine. There was no grind. There was no guys. There was no locker room. So it was easy for me to walk away because like the day Jeff Hecht stopped playing football, the league took a year off in memoriam. Because
That's a good point. Yeah.
So basically,
That was why.
it was
What
an
a great
easy
way to be
transition.
remembered.
It's an easy way to transition. So no, it was quite simple. I mean, it was just a matter of having a few different pathways that I had planned out over the years and just taking part in one of those.
You know what? We love having you in because you're well-spoken, you're passionate, you're good at explaining complex things, especially to dummies like me who can't imagine what you and Jay used to do on the football field. So thanks for that. Enjoy the game tonight.
No problem.
And we're going to bug you to come in again soon because we love having you.
That's one of the things. One thing I tell people is I'm a home inspector. I don't know everything, but I know more than you. Right? So thanks for having me.
That's fair. That is Jeff Hecht. We're into the final couple segments of the week here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. Here's Ben.
It's the Elks and Argonauts going head-to-head at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metier is back from injury to help solidify the defense. Kickoff is at 7. The Gritty Gold Kickoff Show with Manawanek and Jay Milne gets you ready at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays kick off a 3-game series with the Rangers. Toronto sits first in the AL East, holding a 5-game lead over Boston. Chris Bassett starts for the Jays. Jacob deGrom counters for Texas. That game is underway as we speak. In the bottom of the first, still tied 0-0. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year contract with the Red Wings. The veteran blue liner has played 59 games for Ottawa last season, recording 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, the United States edged out Canada 4-3 in a shootout thriller. More of Reid and Jay in the final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Which trade /signing /hiring /firing /draft pick by the Oilers was the biggest blunder to hinder them from winning the cup?
I'll put Lucic signing. I think the Jack Campbell one's pretty obvious. Big Uke says Shirelli in general.
But that could be it. I mean...
And that's a good point.
It was because he kind of started good.
It did start.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Get ready for royalty with Elvis Presley and Elton John tributes at River Cree Resort and Casino. All Shook Up pays tribute to the 3 eras of Elvis in one magical show on August 17th. And catch Elton Ron, a tribute to Elton John, live on August 29th. Elton Ron will give you a taste of the Rocket Man in Canada. Get your tickets for both shows at rivercreeresort.com.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
All right, thanks for joining us. Jeff Hecht was here in studio, the Banquet Studio. Spin to Win Fridays at the Banquet. Spin the wheel for a chance to win big and save on your bill. Details at thebanquetbar.com. Yeah, my one of my buddies is listening in. He just texted me, Jeff Hecht is outstanding. I agree. I love having him in. As I was saying to him, he has energy. He's well-spoken. He can explain sometimes complex concepts or plays in football in a way that I can understand anyway, and I think if I can understand it, probably most people can understand it. But he's a you were saying that he's a very sharp football mind.
Yeah, he's a student of the game.
Right.
He got that way. I mean, if you're a Canadian and B playing in the secondary, you need to be better off the field than everybody else.
Yeah.
You have to be. And he clearly did that.
So what's one thing, because you know a lot about the game, what's one thing that fans, the average fan, says about football where you're like, that's not true. Like, that's a cliche. That's something somebody said in the 50s about football and should not be repeated in 2025. You know what I mean? Or is there some concept where you're like, no, that's actually isn't what's happening, you know?
Yeah.
Is there something that's kind of like...
Well, we've talked about it on the show. Like, well, just throw it deep.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Well,
okay.
Okay. You can't just do that all the time.
Your high school team can do it because you have one receiver that can outrun anybody. You got to realize how fast some of the safeties and cornerbacks are.
Right.
It's like, well, he was the one. Here's the one thing that bugs me. And as you know, I love football. Like, I could sit there all day and pick your brain because I'm so fascinated about. I think it's all the deception and scheming that I like, and the misdirection and outthinking an opponent who maybe is physically superior, right?
Yep.
That kind of stuff. But the one thing, and this still bugs me, so they throw a pass, and it's either incomplete or it's like a short gain. And somebody's like, why didn't they throw over there? 85's open. Well, 85 is open because the guy who was covering him is now running to the ball. Okay, don't just take a snapshot of the defense because once the defense sees where the ball is going, all 12 guys run in that direction. So yes, the parts of the field will look like they've been vacated by defensive players. They weren't vacated when the play was starting.
Yeah.
Right? That's the one thing's like, well, why did they look at the left side of the field? There's not a defensive player over there. No, because they're running over to where the ball is.
Yeah, and a lot of penalties too. That's not holding, or that wasn't pass interference. Well, yeah, it was.
It was.
And you know what? To be honest, you could call holding on every play of the game.
Yeah.
You could. It's just they let you get away with what's right, what's allowable. But the second, honestly, if I was a receiver, Reid, I would be fighting back to every ball on every play. That's one of the first things they teach you as a receiver.
Right.
Is get back to the ball. That's almost uncoverable. And if somebody's in your way, and you run them over, that's defensive pass interference.
Yes.
You cannot impede an offensive player from going to the ball.
You can text us at 780-218-9999. That's the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. And we've talked about it a lot with this Elks team, that you have to hope that some of the players are the right guys for that position, that they're still just building that continuity either with their teammates or they're just flat out getting experience. I mean, I'll cross over into hockey for a second, but I remember in McDavid's rookie season, it was before he got the shoulder, the clavicle injury and missed most of his rookie season, but he already had some good games. And I remember Mark Letestu said to me, just wait until he figures the league out. Like, there's that certain thing about figuring the league out. And I think that goes for, football as well. There's a jump from playing in NCAA or U Sports, the
Absolutely.
size of the guys, the wiliness of the players. And I loved how Jeff was explaining as a safety. He's like, I'm not really looking at one individual at any given time. I'm seeing a bunch of things in combination and processing all of that based on my experience and my film study. Okay, like that's how he said, if I could see a pattern one receiver is running, I can probably tell you at least 50-50 what the other receivers are doing, because they're calling a play with a combination of things in mind. Like, I find that stuff really interesting.
I want to read a text that came in on the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino at 780-218-9999. This came in from JD. Okay. Hey guys, happy Friday. The other day you were chatting about how the Elks were doing a good job on offense, taking what the opposition defense was giving them, which had me thinking, at what point be it football or hockey, would you rather have a team take what's given to them or dictate the play?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a difference of skill of the team. For example, a McDavid-led Oilers team can dictate, but a Nail Yakupov Oilers team could only take what's given due to a lesser skilled team.
I think that's a great question, and I've sarcastically / not sarcastically said that over the years. Like Danny Machocha, and let's face it, I know he won the Cup in 2005, but then his 2006 and 2007 teams weren't as good. And he'd always say, well, we're going to take what the defense gives you. And I was like, yeah, they're giving you 3 yards, and they run up and tackle you. The thing with the Montreal game was Montreal was giving Edmonton plays that could produce first downs.
Yes.
They were daring Fajardo to make a very long throw that travel. Okay, it's one thing to throw it 60 yards in the air straight down the middle of the field. You might gain 60 yards. It's another thing to throw it 60 yards from the right hash to the left sidelines at the 8 for an 8-yard gain. But Montreal was giving those, and the Elks receiver was catching it and running forward and getting 12 or 13 yards. So that in that case, I would say Montreal was giving up a play that gave the Elks a first down. But yes, sometimes defenses are like, okay, we'll give you 2 4-yard gains. Enjoy punting on 3rd and 2.
Well, and I would say, JD, that absolutely comes down to personnel.
Right.
If you've got the right personnel, you're dictating the game. If you don't have the right personnel, you're taking what they're giving you because you have no other option.
And obviously the Elks didn't dominate that game, but when they made a couple of those outside throws in the fourth quarter. I think the first completion on the game-winning drive was one of those where Fajardo just threw it over the heads of the Montreal players.
Yeah, to Benjamin Victor on the sideline again.
Got it. And I think he got one to Keon Julian Grant earlier in the drive. And then obviously there was the pass to Rankin and the touchdown pass. But that's such a great question. I think, I don't know, Jay, you tell me. I think most offensive coordinators and most offensive players would think they can't cover everything. We're going to find a hole eventually.
Well, technically, you can't cover everything.
Right.
It's just a matter of if you can find what the defense is unable to cover at a express pace.
Yeah.
Right. That's what Jeff Hecht was saying.
Yeah.
The game moves very fast. You have to make reads in split-second decisions.
Right. And I guess maybe the different. Okay, so let's go back to the Machocha Higgins era's teams. Okay, when Machocha and the in 06, 07, they missed the playoffs. They're not as good. Okay, we'll give you a 3-yard pass. Go back to 02 and 03. It will give you a 3-yard pass. Well, if Terry Vaughn is catching it, he made a living off 3-yard receptions and then running for 20. So yeah, sometimes it's personnel as well. So you still have to have the talent. And I think Jeff talked about that. You and I have been talking about it. Do they have enough talent? Did some of the players Ed signed, are they living up to the potential? Did he accurately evaluate them? I mean, those are all questions that are worth asking at this point in the season. They get a win tonight. Maybe we're not asking them quite as often.
Well, they get 4 sacks tonight, and 2 are from Serezna, one's from Brinkman, one's from Robbie Anderson. Well, we're talking about a different thing here. It's just they haven't shown it. And you could ask Ed to his face right now. He said, you're damn right they're underperforming.
Yeah.
They need to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's just,
But that's a great question. I mean, maybe that's the heart of a lot of sports, but I think in football that comes up more often because it starts from such a static environment. It's like the ball's here. We're going to line up this way. You're going to line up this way.
But I don't really like that. Take what the defense gives you. Well, no. Why don't you?
You got to.
Why don't you say to the defense, hey, take what the offense?
Yeah.
You got to flip that script if you want to be a successful team.
Yeah.
Calgary's not worried about what stunts you're running or what they're worried about their offense moving the ball downfield because they have the pieces, they have the personnel to do it.
Yeah. But I think, okay, so did Montreal not think Fajardo could make that throw? Because the Elks gained, because I said that to you during the game, I was like, man, Fajardo's throwing a long way to only get 10 yards, but they were getting first downs.
No, I think they knew he could make that. The question is, how long are they just going to take those 8-yard outs?
Okay.
Until they need to push it downfield, until they feel, hey, we got to run the ball again.
Yeah.
And then they can envelop them, or maybe get an interception down the field. The patience that offensive coordinator Jordan McSimic had in the play calling, and like I said, I would give him a thumbs up for that because that was something where, we'll take those 8-yard outs all day. You're not stopping them. But generally in the mindset of, eventually something else is going to switch. You're going to take that shot. You're going to switch up your run game. But they stayed with it. So credit to them on that.
All right. We, of course, are Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. One of my, and this is my armchair GM thing, but one of my things as I've watched football throughout my life is if somebody said to me, okay, you can have a 5-star player, my first choice would be give me a 5-star quarterback, because then, maybe you can be subpar in other areas of your offense, but he's that good. My second choice would be a defensive end, especially in the CFL, like the sack master. And I think that's kind of what Jeff was alluding to. The Elks haven't got a lot of sacks. They haven't finished some attempts at sacks, because let's face it, there have been some games where it's like, they got pressure and they couldn't wrap him up, where they had a hand on him and couldn't bring him down, So I would take that defensive end in the CFL, because as we've talked about, if you get a sack, really either side of the border, but especially in 3-down football, they ain't scoring a touchdown, like about 5%
Very
of the time
unlikely
on a drive. If you get a sack on 2nd down, then especially you're ending the drive.
Every offensive play, whether it be a run or a pass, is all about timing. Timing of when the offensive line moves and sheds, their double team and moves up to the next level. Timing of a route, wherever it is on the field. If you have a defensive player, a defensive lineman that can disrupt that timing, it's a game changer. It disrupts the entire offense, legitimately. So do they have it right now? Have they shown that they have the horses to do that? No. I'm still, holding out hope that, a switch will be flipped and you'll see why these defensive linemen were paid so handsomely in the offseason.
Yeah.
They got to be feeling the pressure too.
Yeah. My hope tonight is, again, we see some turnovers or sacks or combination of both, because the turnovers were big in winning in Montreal, even though it was a tight game. I mean, those still were important. And then I hope there's a running attack tonight. I mean, Toronto's run defense is not good, so maybe you can get something going. And, Jeff made a good point about, I can't remember how he put it, but the defenses love seeing a pass on 1st down, because they know if they defend it, they're going to pass on 2nd down. And I don't know. I think, like, you played defense. Was a 17-yard run against you more deflating than a 17-yard pass?
It's harder on you.
Yeah,
for sure. And it would be, because that's not expected.
Right.
You're going to get 17-yard passes.
Because you think, okay, every once in a while they're going to hit one. Yeah. But when you hand it off, you think, okay, let's hold them to 5 or less, and we won that down.
Well, and you're chasing. I mean, like he said, it's tiring on a defense.
Right.
If you're running the ball well, that's way more tiring than passing the ball down the field.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the Elks can do tonight. Jay's going to stick around with Mattawanek at 6 o'clock for the Green and Gold kickoff show. I'm heading over to the game, Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. I got a bag of warmer clothes and rain
Ponchos?
gear in my trunk. I got the rain suit, whatever it's called. You just slide on over your clothes.
Is it a ghillie suit?
Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Is it raining right now?
Doesn't look like it. Just looks cloudy.
I don't think it's raining right now by the looks of it. So, yeah, and Josh said the rain should stay away from the game. Okay. Ben, is this your final update as a practicum student?
My final update as a practicum student.
Take it away.
It's the Elks and Argonauts going head-to-head at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metier is back from injury to help solidify the defense. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. The Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Mattawanek and Jay Milne gets you ready at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. to the Diamond. The Blue Jays kick off a 3-game series with the Rangers. Toronto sits first in the AL East, holding a 5-game lead over Boston. Chris Bassett starts for the Jays. Jacob deGrom counters for Texas. That game is underway as we speak. In the middle of the second inning, Texas Rangers up 3-0. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year contract with the Red Wings. The veteran blue liner played 59 games for Ottawa last season, recording 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, the United States edged out Canada 4-3 in a shootout thriller. We wrap up the final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. That's all, folks.
EST Afternoons.
Roll forward, Edmonton Elks defensive back. What's kind of been the turnaround there for much better play by your defense?
I would say probably the biggest thing is tackling. I feel like we're tackling better. We're communicating a little bit better too. We're not blowing as many coverages. And I think we're just playing as a whole unit instead of playing as individual players. We're kind of playing for each other. And so it's always changing, but I think we're kind of starting to get settled in.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Ben, are we here? We are here. All right. Hey, thanks for working all day today, buddy. As I go off on my 2 weeks off.
Working 9 to 5.
What are you working? 9 to 11 about?
Yeah.
Working
No, 9
to 11.
Yeah, it'll be about 9 to 11, 11:30, depending on the length of the game. Are you okay?
Well, that's a loaded question.
And then
I'm great. Yeah, I'm great. Hey, man. Reid.
What?
I'm here at EST. I'm on the Hangout. Great Hangout.
Yeah, that
really
was good.
informative.
English is
hangout.
really good.
Taylor Inglis is the man. And then I get to sit and talk about the Elks for an hour with my good buddy Matthew Awanek.
Good old Awanek.
Then I get to watch the game. I think Matthew brought in Italian Center sandwiches for us.
Oh, sweet.
And a little salad action.
Oh, nice.
And then I get to talk about the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually technically work.
Yeah, I know how you feel. It's just longer days sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes those would add up for me doing the hockey. Like you love your job, but sometimes you go, oh man, like
right.
But so that's why I ask about it. I like to make sure other people are okay, and you want to feel mentally sharp, and then you want to be physically sharp for the marathon, half marathon.
Yes.
Ben Thompson. What's up? First of all, it's been awesome having you as a practicum student. Now, you're doing some stuff helping out in the next couple of weeks still?
Yeah, I'm going to be filling in for Trevor next week on the morning show.
Okay.
And then he's gone, and then he's back for a week, and then he's gone again the week after. So I'm filling in for him.
So I'll still see you. So you'll still be around. But this is kind of the end of your practicum.
Yeah.
What is there a number one thing you can say you learned while you were here? Besides that Jay and I are immature idiots. Well, yeah, I thought these guys were like grown men, but they're really not.
No. I honestly, it's hard to say like one specific thing. Like there's so many little things. Like, Yeah, like honestly, just like the whole, all in just one thing, just the whole preparation for a show and like the whole operation was, I guess, just one big thing that I've learned how it goes down. Like, I mean, I've been around here sort of with Hello Hockey, so I kind of knew a general idea of what it was like.
Yeah.
But I got to see it for obviously firsthand for 4 months. So yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast doing it. I've loved every minute being here.
Well, you've done a great job. I think you've worked very hard. I think you got a lot of potential. So hopefully you stick with this crazy industry.
Yeah.
Now, somebody said, and I do follow you on Twitter, but I never really looked at this. You've had it up there for over 3 years. What is the story of your pinned tweet on X?
It's pretty funny. So when I was playing in the World Championships, this was in 2022, the NHL posted a clip from their stream of me playing in the World Championships. And they posted out on their Instagram, their Twitter, and whatever. And I won that series, and I advanced to the in-person tournament. And I actually and I just saw the clip, and I decided to look at the comments. And a lot of the comments are pretty hurtful towards the players because everyone thinks they're so good at NHL.
Right.
So I'm seeing a lot of these comments, and one stuck out to me. And the guy put in the Instagram comments, "I could beat all these kids. Too bad this mode is built around buying good players, but not about how how about make a championship with normal teams." And so I was like, okay, well, that's a stupid comment. I was like, I doubt he responds, but I replied to his comment. I said, "Send invite," in terms of just invite me to a game. Let's play. He surprisingly DM'd me. He said, "Yo, you play Xbox? Let's play NHL." I said, "I have both consoles." He says, let's run a versus mode, meaning just playing with NHL teams."
Okay.
I said, "Right now?" Like I literally just won. Like everyone just I don't know if you guys, I've told you this. I hosted like watch parties for my games.
Right.
On the deck, like I'd have like 20 people back there watching the stream while I was playing downstairs, and everyone just left, and I was just back in my room celebrating a win, and I'm like, "Right now?" He goes, "Sure." I'm like, "Okay. What's your tag?" Peachmint 991192 was his name. I was like, I've never heard of this guy. I wonder how this will go. So he says, getting on now. And I invite him to the game. And we're playing. And it's going the way I thought it would. And I'm getting DMs from him as I'm playing him. And I only screenshotted a couple of messages that he said. But it was a whole lot more than this. Some of the comments he made: "I'm not this bad, LOL. That's so corny. I can promise this won't happen again, but you're dirty. Bro, how?" And so that's what was going down during the game. And I beat him by a score of 13-1. And
I was shooting him 21-2, so he never touched the puck.
Yeah, he scored 1 goal and 2 shots. He's pretty efficient.
Yeah, that's not very good.
But yeah, so it was one of those moments where I was just like, yeah, I beat him up. Classic. Like I knew that was going to happen. And I was like, oh yeah, like whatever. I found it pretty funny, and I thought like it could get some interaction. So I just posted on Twitter, didn't think too much of it. All of a sudden it got 700 likes. I was like, whoa. And I'm like, I'm at dinner after with my friends and stuff, and my phone's blowing up with people commenting on it, laughing and all that stuff. I got a lot of I don't know what I'm saying. Like I got a lot of love for it.
You got some fame out of it.
Yeah. A lot of people in the competitive scene stuff understand the differences in us, and so they appreciated me. I think one of the guys there says, "This is commitment to conquering the idiots in the comments. Well done, kid." Who is the commentator of the World Championships? Right. He said that to me, so it was pretty funny.
All right, good stuff, Ben. We'll still see you around, but you've done a great job in your practicum.
Thank you.
The afternoon inbox 780-218-9999, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Happy hour featuring 525 drinks, available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Yo, it's Reid and Jay. On the mic every day, talking Oilers on the air, but we got more to say. Slide in the booth, got the city on play, but the real hustle's words, let us show you the way. We break down the lines, McDavid on the rush, but between the highlights, we got
we better get into it here. We better get into it. Better fade this. That's the new word of the, well, yeah, we've got another word of the day song.
Word of the day, soliloquy. Soliloquy.
Soliloquy. SOLILOQUY. Soliloquy is a term from the stage when a character delivers usually a longer piece, a longer speech, a longer passage, sharing his thoughts with the audience, as in the to be or not to be soliloquy. Solo is in there, right? So usually alone
The
on
act
stage.
of talking while or as if alone. Soliloquy. Two
Okay,
for
so
two.
you don't have to be alone on stage necessarily, but it's something.
Talking alone.
But it's something a character
Or as
does.
if alone.
Yeah, it's not part of a conversation.
Immutable.
Hey Ben, that's my book learning for you.
Second word of the
There
day,
you go.
immutable.
Immutable. Dude, who came up with these today?
Me.
IMMUTABLE. It's like so many buttons. Immutable, I think is like undeniable or unsilenceable. No?
You want it in a sentence?
Yeah. I'm in the ballpark though, aren't I?
Yeah. Say your definition again.
Well, immutable to me means you can't be muted. Like you're not to be denied. You're not to be silenced.
It is hardly an immutable fact that cats and dogs are sworn enemies. Over the years, our golden retriever has grown both fond and protective of her tabby housemate.
Like undeniable.
It's a formal adjective used to describe something that is unable to be changed.
Oh, unable to be changed. So not just undeniable, but not even changeable.
I'll give you 0.25.
Yeah. That's it? Wow, harsh.
Well,
3.25 out of 4.
Dun, da, da, da.
And I get my own da-da-da-da sound effect. All right, I'm going to the Play Alberta field at Commonwealth Stadium for the game. Jay's sticking around to be on the stream with Matthew Wannock for the Green and Gold kickoff show. Ben Thompson, great job. I'll see you again on September 3rd. I'm off until
our 1 year
after
anniversary.
Labor Day. Yeah, back for our 1 year anniversary. Maybe I'll see you around the Fringe. If you see Jay and I running on Sunday, say
hello.
hi. Maybe not during the race. I don't know how much we're able to talk.
You can say that.
Have a Ben and Jay. I'm Reid. Take care.